We can all just start yelling, I think.
Oh.
Here.
Ah!
Wait, are we live yet? We're
I
live!
don't know. I'm on the
Merry
chat
Christmas,
and it doesn't-
everyone!
I'm
Happy
on the-
holidays! Happy Festivus! Happy Hanukkah! We're
Happy
currently
Festivus.
we're in
Heck yeah.
Hanukkah right now. Dude, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to
We're
Hidden Power.
festive.
It's very festive. This is our 5th AMA episode. You can ask us anything. It's also going to be a holiday party. We got some gifts to exchange, and also some of your favorite creators are going to be popping up, and maybe I think at the end of the hour. Some of your favorite creators are going to be popping in to tell us about their holidays, to answer some of your questions. Super chats are always getting priority for the questions, but we're reading right now from our Discord community. My name is Dusty Gogoat. This is Lumio's Post.
Hello.
And Soul Silver Art.
What's up?
It's Christmas, baby. It's holiday
Heck
season.
yeah. Merry
It's holiday
Christmas.
season. Let's
We're
do
out
it.
Here.
So, how do you guys want to begin this? We do have some gifts to exchange, and when I say exchange, I mean Lumi actually just got us gifts.
Yeah, it's not really.
and we didn't get him anything.
I had no idea whatsoever.
You got me your love and friendship, and I could not ask for anything more.
It's
my
that's
heart.
a cheap gift to give you. Yeah, sure.
No, but here's my heart. There it is.
Thank you. I accept. I place it with my own.
So,
oh, that's so sweet.
oh, group
Christmas.
hug, group hug.
I can do it.
All right, so Lumi, I guess you want to lead this. You've mailed us gifts. You've purchased gifts with your own money and sent it to
Yep.
us. What do you want to do with this?
First I want to text my wife and let her know because she said she wanted to watch it when y'all do this. So,
Okay.
y'all can open the ones. We've got so you both have gifts from me, but then Soul has a gift that is kind of from me and Dusty, but to be honest, it's really mainly from our patrons.
Yeah.
So which by the way, that's another thing too. Is,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you see, we use this money for good things. But yeah.
Does he know about
I don't
this?
know which you want to start with. No.
Let's start with the
Start with that one?
No, we'll start that one last. We'll do the
Okay.
one from you first, and then the one from the community. Which I think some of the people in the community know about this, but we've basically
Maybe. Yes, one person at least does.
yeah. So we
Can I just say that this is the most random thing? Like, just me, I get some random gift.
We love you,
like,
man.
I'm great.
We love you, Soul.
you're all
I'm
yeah.
just like, all
Couldn't do it
right.
without you.
Yeah,
All
this is
right.
fun. All right,
Yeah,
well,
so we're doing the ones from me first.
let me get it.
Oh, I
Please
was
don't show my
prepared.
address on the package when you're
Yeah,
opening it.
that's true. That's kind of hard to
I'm gonna
not
try-
do.
I'm gonna
I was already
be careful not
prepared.
to dox yourself.
Yeah,
There is
I
an
was- I was
address on this.
literally
We don't
just
want to do
saying.
that, Soul.
No,
Let's
Okay.
see, Zachary.
yeah.
My name is on this too, so
yeah.
That's what I meant. I mean,
you
we
dox me,
can
you
dox
dox yourself.
We can
yeah.
dox
If,
Lumi.
if I flip this around, everything.
do we have any
And
predictions?
patrons, I have all of your addresses,
I'll-
so you dox me, I dox all. I'm kidding.
I'm not gonna
I have
predict, but I do think
no,
I know
we
what this is.
Yeah, we shouldn't have a prediction.
No,
board.
no predictions.
I
just
know what
open.
it is, though. I think I know what it is.
No predictions. Just open.
I'm
Is
just not even gonna.
Is this a bundle of cash?
Yes.
All right, here. So it's kind of
All
hard.
right, so,
That's
are
a
we going
gold
for it, or-
bar.
Yeah, I'm
Go
going for it.
Open it.
All right.
Tell me
Merry
when it's
Christmas.
open, and we'll reveal. We will reveal it at the same time.
I should have maybe got like a scissors or something.
This is so much fun. I've been looking for.
Is it?
I was actually having nightmares about this stream for
This
whatever
moment?
reason.
Oh,
The fact that so many creators are gonna be here later, I kept dreaming. I kept waking up in the
know.
middle of the
You
night
got it open?
thinking I was. Yeah, I'm ready. When you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
1, 2,
This is
3.
a trick, bro.
I know what it is.
Ready?
I know what it is.
Ready? Ready? I'm opening it.
Oh, it's wrapped.
Oh.
All right.
The
I
double-
definitely
dude,
know
I
what it
thought
is.
I didn't know it was wrapped, and I thought it was a candy bar.
Me too, which would have been
I was
pretty
like-
good. If
I
it
was
was a
like, it is a
chocolate bar.
candy
I know you just a Hershey's bar.
Look at
That's literally
that's
what I
oh I
thought it
love
was.
this. I literally love this so much, Lumi.
That
This is
that's
so-
actually my wife's handwriting.
Oh, well, that's
Oh,
nice.
I
But
wanna,
it's
like,
it's
save
actually
all of it.
I know, me too.
I can't write.
I think
My
I have a
writing's
knife.
really bad. It's a long story, but
Well, I'm
I
not gonna
physically
rewrap it.
cannot write well.
Does anyone in
Okay.
the chat know what this is? I do
No.
have a knife. No one
Yeah, I
guessed.
haven't told
What
anybody
does the
about this.
chat think? That's what we really need to know.
I'm looking at
Did
the
Sarah
chat.
make
opening.
it too hard? Dang it, Sarah.
Yeah,
she also
it is
rapped
like-
it because I'm a bad rapper.
Yeah.
She wrapped it like
Wait.
in 10.
She raps? Sarah
Yeah.
raps?
I'll drop a beat, you know, she nah. But
Just
she is
do
our
the-
present rapper
the
because I
ASMR
can't rap
guys.
presents worth a flip.
ASMR, guys. Here it all is.
Which, by the way, Sarah might be here later. Who knows?
I hope Sarah. Dude, I've.
Thanks for wrapping this, Sarah.
Yeah,
all right,
thank you,
ready,
Sarah.
Dusty?
You ready?
I think I got like
I
some
got
of
it.
it open here.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh boy. No, I know.
Oh, I see it.
Oh,
I know what it is.
wait.
It is.
Open it so poorly. I'm just
Oh,
gonna rip it.
it's-
Let's see what happens.
It's Pokemon
I
Snap.
can't believe that you did this.
This is
bro.
insane,
I
dude.
can't believe it.
What the heck?
Oh.
I'm not gonna play
okay,
this. No,
so
I'm just
there's
kidding. I'm just kidding.
There's actually a
He's
really
not
funny story behind this too. For some reason,
Dude.
GameStop did a Black Friday sale where the new ones were actually cheaper than the used ones.
Bro,
So,
it's new.
The new ones were
It's
out of
new.
stock, so they're
Dude,
used.
are you kidding me? The game's actually in there. This isn't a prank. It could have been a
It's not a
sticky note.
prank.
It could have said it could have been a sticky note that was like, "Play it,
I
you
actually did it.
swine." Oh,
Lumi.
dude, Lumi, this is
Zach,
amazing.
Thank
This
you
honestly,
so much for real.
You're very welcome.
this Merry Christmas. This just
Yeah.
well now that the next level to this is we're gonna have to like live stream this.
For
Right.
real.
Oh,
Look,
Lumi,
I have a
I
story.
wish I could
about-
give you like
no
a real hug.
excuses now.
I didn't
I
get you
have
guys
a story
anything.
about this too.
I'm gonna
because
send you guys money.
I was literally my birthday's around Thanksgiving. It was the day after. It was on Black Friday. So I'm gonna go buy like a bunch of games from GameStop because they do like the 2-for-1 deal or whatever.
Sure.
Mhm.
This was literally in my hands like on Black
Dang.
Friday.
And
And
then
if
you
I had
said,
bought it,
"Nah,
I
it's
would
not
have
worth it."
two right. I would have two right now, but I was like, you know what? This is gonna be too much money because like it came to like $80 to like get
Mhm.
everything that I wanted.
You know what
and
would
I
be
was like, nah.
Lumi, when I see you in person one day in the future, I want you to
Yes.
sign this.
Okay.
You can sign this. I'm saving this.
Guys, this is it's literally look
Yeah.
at this game is literally just like all of Kayla's favorite Pokemon.
I know
I know, right?
Pikachu and the score bunny right
And
there.
then
yeah.
and then
You know what?
Meganium's
If
like
only Grookey was Sprigatito
great. I
instead.
know. Imagine. I mean, it's the grass starter.
Yeah.
This is who I am as an artist. And also, remember when, well, maybe you don't remember, but when we were kids, like, they used to put booklets inside of these, and now there's nothing.
Yeah, I
It
know.
kind of sucks.
I know.
But
I just think.
The book, when I was a kid, there was no internet like that, so I would, like, actually read the booklets and, like, look at the pictures of it. So now, I'm gonna put this inside of it,
Inside of it.
right?
Ah,
Hanging in
smart.
there, little... To Soul from Lumi with Santa and beautiful reindeer wrapping paper that I really wanted to save. but I
And
couldn't
written
help
by
myself.
Sarah.
Look,
And
it
written
says
by Sarah.
old copies of games that used to have these booklets.
I wish I did that as a kid. I was not a smart kid. I was like, I don't need this anymore. I have the game.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing about those booklets.
There's
so
really not
that
much
one,
in it.
Yeah, that one, those didn't have anything. But like,
No, that's
when,
not
like,
true. Here. My favorite thing.
They slowly made them into just bunch of text, like a bunch of text.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah,
instead,
yeah. I mean,
back in the day, they had like the artworks in them, like some artworks.
yeah.
and
I
it was
grabbed the
great.
wrong one because this is
one of
this is
y'all's.
Japanese, but like, look, you can. I used to love seeing. Look at this. You can actually see the gym leaders.
Oh yeah, like the concept art and stuff.
And my
yeah.
favorite thing in the Ruby Sapphire Emerald games, they would show you like the early game team, and then I used to be like, oh, this is the canon team.
One
right?
of y'all's, I don't know which one, because like obviously they're both the same thing. But one of y'all's came in like just a generic case, like it wasn't the snap case, and I was like, that is so boring. So one of y'all
No.
actually has my snap case.
Wait,
I
really?
have a case-
Lumi, you didn't need to do that.
No. I have a case that I put all my games in. It's like it looks like a Pokedex. It's actually really cool.
This is why
Sarah got
Lumi
it
is
for
the
me.
best of us, guys.
I try.
Lumi is the best of us.
Lumi's
There's
the
no
best.
excuses now. Is the point?
That's
Your
Uh,
Christmas break homework is to play.
I'll play it in
Oh my God.
2025.
2025. Not even 24. 25.
Dude.
It's just like whatever. No, I'm
Anyways.
super excited. I was
I am too.
really wanting to buy it myself. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it eventually. So
I was looking for a new game to
So-
play.
yeah.
Dude,
Well,
this
it's
is so awesome.
Because like Soul said, there was that like buy two get one free thing. So I bought that and I got Switch Sports for free.
Oh, that's fun. That is a fun game. I wish there were
So
more.
we kind of
sports
did
on it.
get you a gift in a way.
Yes.
We kind of did.
So you know what?
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Well, Sarah says that that's from her because she wrapped it for me. So.
She did, yeah.
She'll fight you on that. But
That's fair though. I'm glad that you're playing other video games too. That's
She's actually the one who found it. We looked. We have 4 GameStops in our area. Went to every single one, couldn't find it. She found it
Whoa.
online. So
She's the
That's
goat.
kind of a big part Sarah played in this too.
Oh, that's amazing.
of course.
She's so nice. Even
the
though
wife,
she
man.
like kicked my butt in that battle tournament we had
Yeah,
at the beginning of
demolished you
Scarlet
in a
and Violet.
battle. Yeah.
Yeah, like I still like her. That's nice.
Yeah.
Look at, I'm gonna fold this up and I'm gonna put this in the case where there's no booklet. And
That's
then
what Soul
That's what
did.
I did.
Oh, did you?
That's what Soul
Okay.
did.
Look at that.
That's why I brought that up, because I was like, this is what I'm doing with this. Right
Yeah.
here.
Once again, I have an idea that
It will
was
forever
already
be
thought
there.
of. Dude, that's
It's
awesome.
okay.
I love this.
That happens on the internet, guys.
Yeah,
Believe it or not,
we can all have similar ideas
we have the same ideas sometimes, and
because we're
people
all
post
Pokemon
it.
fans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is so nice.
And you didn't steal it, actually. It's amazing.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
It's just
you
a
did
genuine
steal it from me.
idea.
All right, so you guys want to open up the gift we gave to Soul?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The gift
So we got
that
the community
you
members
gave
in
to
here.
Soul. This is orchestrated by
This
Lumi,
thing is heavy.
and I only knew
This
about
was.
it.
Well, I
Oh,
will say this
gosh.
is while
Yeah,
this
please
was
don't do that.
orchestrated by me. This was also we had people, specifically Noivy. Shout out to Noivy, reached out and wanted to make this possible. And so this was the hidden
Noivy?
power money, the patron or channel member money. Just open the gift because I don't want to accidentally spoil it getting into it.
I think nobody opened it. It's weird. It's like how it's wrapped is odd. But thank you, Noivy, and everyone else involved. I'm going in, right? We're doing this.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
do it.
I haven't
Okay.
even seen this.
I have
And again,
no
I just want to reiterate, this
concept.
is from the community, right?
Yeah.
You
I have
guys
no idea
fund
at
this.
all.
You guys funded this.
Kind of heavy. Oh, you guys can't see. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, we could see where you were, but that's better.
Okay, it's like a box.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another box.
Oh, it's a box.
This is separate, whatever that means.
Oh, he really is like our grandpa.
I'm very. If you guys don't know me in real life,
What does that mean?
you guys don't know me in real life, but I'm like everyone calls me a sloth, or like I'm just very slow at doing things in general.
Dude,
I would rather just sit here and talk about it.
Soul
and,
Silver slack off. It makes sense.
Oh God. all right. There's a little. This got really beat up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is, but it got beat up. I
No,
don't know
no
if we should
worries. Don't
this
open
first.
that. You might want to go for the bigger stuff.
All right.
That is an accessory.
Dude, what's in the box?
Bro, no way.
Let's go.
No.
Dude, Merry
I
Christmas.
understand.
Happy
Are you
holidays.
guys serious?
Dude.
No, I didn't think he could top the freaking Pokemon Snap, but this is a webcam logic.
Dude, now we can
webcam.
actually see you in
Oh,
your...
not only is this a webcam, this is a good webcam. I am using this webcam right now.
Mm.
Oh, you got the same one?
Yeah,
Bro.
I got it for Christmas from my grandmother actually gave it to me. this
I
past
can't
Saturday.
even with you guys. This is like the best Christmas ever right now. What in the world? So just I don't need this though unless I
It's a
I mean, are
tripod,
you
so if you
using it?
wanted to plug it up, and I'm not, I have it like clipped to the top of my computer, but you could put it on the tripod and plug it in if you wanted to like, go for a different angle or whatever.
interesting. I have a few tripods, but that's not the main. This is awesome. Now I really need like a knife to open this though, because I can't with my finger.
Oh, well, no worries. I mean,
And
you-
again-
you know what it is, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and again,
Dude,
huge
thank
shout
you
out to...
so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. This is incredible. I'm like actually blown away.
Yeah, thank you, Noivy, for helping to inspire this. I know you were talking
Mhm.
to Lumi about this. But then also, thanks for becoming a channel member for 7 months.
Heck yeah.
Happy holidays, man. Happy
Bro,
holidays
what
to
a
your
special
family,
Christmas. What a special Christmas for Soul here, guys.
too. Dude, yeah, we
Yeah,
we
it's the
we don't
Soul
want to
Silver
lose you.
holiday
We don't want to
special.
lose you. These are all incentives so you don't leave.
Yeah,
and
that's
go to another
exactly right.
podcast.
Lose me.
A rumor went around that Soul was leaving, so Dusty and I were like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Gotta get him
He
gifts.
finally hit 1,000 subscribers. We're like, oh, he's gonna
Dusty's
jump.
got
He's
a
gonna
Tesla
jump
on
ship.
his way to his house.
Yeah, right?
yeah.
We only give big gifts here.
Right.
That is insane. That is insane, guys.
But yeah, so just so patrons and channel members know, your money goes back into supporting the show, right?
For 100%.
Now you won't see a little cat pop up on Soul's screen.
I'm
that
actually gonna
says,
miss the
Sorry,
cat.
we're loading.
We might have to make that cat like an emoji or something.
Change it to
also
like a
getting a new-
Sprigatito, make art of it.
Yeah.
I'm also getting a new laptop for Christmas, so I'm gonna like that plus that is gonna be like it's like a gaming laptop.
You got
like,
it, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
High end. So, boom.
Oh
Wow.
man, awesome.
Merry Christmas.
Sully the Skeleton just joined for as a channel member for 3 months. This is so wholesome and just what I needed to see for Christmas. Love you, Pokemon nerds. We love you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, dude. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. This is very
This was
wholesome.
fun.
This is like, oh My heart feels
I
warm.
feel like
I wish
I'm
I got
in
you
the room
guys
with
stuff,
y'all,
though.
and I really like that. I feel
Yeah.
like we're having a little holiday party.
We are. This is what it's going to be. And I'm telling you, we open the invitation to a lot of creators. So at the end of the hour, maybe in about 30 minutes, some of your favorite creators are going to be hopping into the chat, into the stream. Some of them are listening right now. We're super excited. So this is the holiday party, right? The only thing is it's at 10 a.m. and not 7 p.m. So there will be no beverages. But I mean, I have coffee. That counts.
Yeah, I just finished my coffee actually. Dang.
I'm still nursing mine a little bit. But hey, let's hop in.
So I don't know if you have the live stream up, but people are already getting on you and saying you need to make videos. People want videos from Soul Silver Art.
Dude, thank you guys so much. I've hit over 1,000. Just
I
like
know.
doing absolutely nothing. I hit 1,000 followers.
You have what, like one clip of you saying you like Armor Rouge on there, and that's
Which
all
is-
the videos.
I-
No,
on
he
the
took
kinda
that down.
love that-
You took that
it.
down.
Oh, he took it down.
Or no, you
Did I?
no, because originally
I think that's still up.
no,
It was a Pokemaniacs clip.
no,
but
no.
he clipped it and put it up as that. I thought.
No, so he put
Yeah.
that. No, so you made a Soul Silver. You made a Soul Silver art channel, and you
Oh, you're
you
right.
put that
You're
up,
right, you're right,
and
you're
then
right.
we transformed Pokemaniacs into your channel. So that turned it. So like that clip exists on your like gameplay channel, which was what was originally.
I should
your-
post it on that one.
You
then.
should, yeah, and you should probably like archive.
Oh
Some of
yeah,
those older
he just has
episodes.
all of the Pokemaniacs
Just, like, get a
stuff
clean
on
slate
his
so it looks
channel,
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I got a new camera now. I'm really ready to go. I mean,
dude,
we're gonna
right after
make
this,
some
we should record
videos.
some stuff. Yeah.
It's awesome.
You
Well-
ever want to collab, Soul? You know I'm down.
Yeah, it's true. Let's hop over into our first AMA question. This is by Jark, one of our channel members. AMA, and again, if you guys want to help lead the conversation, super chats are always get priority. Getting this in before the stream ends. Oh, they wrote this during our holiday stream or
During our
October,
last stream.
yeah, our last AMA episodes. What's your guys' thought on the 3DS online and possibly bank shutting down?
Oh,
Who wants to tackle it?
I mean,
it's sad. It's
it
very
is.
sad. If I may, Game Freak has a really big desire to make sure like their games are connected, right? So if anything, I think that maybe if I'm to put a positive spin on this, maybe the death of Pokemon Bank might be a sign of Virtual Console coming.
yeah.
You know, 'cause,
Eventually,
like,
that's
if
that's
they
the
plug
hope.
up, like if they do like Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Red, Blue, Yellow, on the Switch, like whether it's probably not going to be part of Nintendo Online, it'd be like something Pokemon releases, in my opinion. But if they do that and they have it be home compatible, well, then yeah, it's true that Red and Blue you bought for your 3DS doesn't connect. There is a Red and Blue that connects to the modern games.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The more I think about it, I think see, like, it did make a lot of sense to anticipate that the old games would be brought onto the Switch when what was it, like the Game Boy Color, whatever it's called, Nintendo Switch Online functionality, when that actually popped up. It did make a lot of sense to assume that, but the more I think about it, and now that we're like a year out from that and it still hasn't happened, and we're looking at the dawn of a new console, I'm starting to think the 30th anniversary is actually when that would make the most sense, because the 20th anniversary is when they released the original Red, Blue, and Yellow, Green onto the 3DS, and then it was the year after that they put out what was it, Gold and Silver, right? And then they put out the year after Crystal version. So I think what we could be looking at is the 30th anniversary. They give us Red, Blue, and Yellow again. And then maybe some sort of Kanto DLC or Kanto fun game. I think that there's a little bit of a possibility with that. And then
I agree.
and then maybe the year after, so it'd be the 31st anniversary, they give us maybe the Gold, Silver, Crystal. The year after, they give us the Hoenn games, etc. I think that totally makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, if it's gonna happen, the 30th anniversary, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm not greedy. That is what they did it for the 20th. It would make sense to do it for the 30th.
I think it
Right.
was just a progression, like it just had to happen. Eventually Pokemon Bank was not going to happen unless they like made a new Pokemon Bank on the Switch, and that's it. Like it
Right.
basically what home is anyway. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, I think it
The
is
next
important though,
stage.
and I don't know if I'm just getting greedy or my habits are changing or whatever, but I feel like I don't even want to play 3DS games or 2DS games anymore, and I keep wishing that I could play them on my TV. right? I keep thinking,
Mhm.
oh, this would be great to play black and white if I could just sit back on my couch like I play any other Pokemon game, and play it on the big screen. And I think I think we will be doing that next year, hopefully.
I think it's coming soon. I mean,
you know,
I mean,
but I just it just reiterates to me like why it's so important. I think that they do figure out a way to kind of fast track these faithful remakes, right? I don't think there's an issue. The only problem with the faithful remake is that it's not that that it could replace an actual remake, right? Where we
Sure.
right where we get a game like
Well,
Oras
and
or Heart Gold, Soul
execution too.
Silver.
Like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. A lot of people had an issue with the art style. I feel like they could have done a faithful remake. That like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is almost like a faithful remake.
Yeah,
But just it being in the modern style gives it more life and doesn't make me feel like I'm playing red, blue, yellow again. You know.
mhm.
yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Definitely.
you guys want to move
Cool,
on?
cool.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Sully the Skeleton, one of our channel members, sends a $2 super chat. What shiny?
Oh, thank you, Sully.
What shiny do you
Yeah.
hope to find in Indigo Disc?
Ooh.
This is cool because I actually ended up finding a lot of shinies during my first playthrough of Teal Mask, which was fun. I didn't expect
I
it.
found a shiny yesterday training up
Ooh.
Mons for Indigo Disc.
What'd you get?
Screamtail.
Oh,
Uh,
I have
what-
yet to get any
what does
Paradox
Screamtail's
shinies.
shiny? What
It,
color is
uh,
Screamtail's
It barely
shiny?
changes.
Is like a pink and its eyes are like blood red.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
the
yes,
red
yes,
eyes
yes,
are
I know.
cool.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You're
would
right.
say
That's not a bad one.
my answer
Yeah,
is
it's not
a
bad.
Paradox. Definitely, that's a great one, man.
Is it really a paradox? Is your answer?
I think so. Yeah,
Dude,
like one of the new
imagine running
Paradox.
into like a Raging Bolt shiny. That would be cool. If you know, I mean, there's some questions of is Raging Bolt gonna be like static? Is it gonna be
I won't
eligible
say
to get a shiny?
anything
But
to this point. How to break? This is Christmas.
I hope
okay?
we can get more than one. I hope we can get more than one.
I think we will.
I mean, yeah. Who knows about that? I don't know. But
The thing that gives me hope is in the first trailer where they revealed Raging Bolt and Iron Crown, they're shown in front of a waterfall. But then in the second trailer, the trailer we got last Thursday, Raging Bolt, they're battling it like on the grass, and they're battling Iron Crown like in the cave.
Sure.
So that kind of gives
it's
me
true.
some more hope that maybe there's
true.
multiple.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
So what
We'll
are
know in a few hours, a few days, or a day, I guess.
that's true. It says wait, it comes out tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
Technically-
tomorrow like
Holy
8
cow,
o'clock probably.
dude. 8 o'clock
Yeah.
at
8 o'clock
night.
our time.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Bro, I'm so. On the side note, like I was already hyped going into this live stream because I'm so hyped for this, guys. I am like, I am on the level. I'm ready to go.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
There seems like there's so many new features in the game. Like we didn't even talk about this. Like, actually, we haven't even talked since the trailer.
No, there
we
was
haven't even
all
talked.
kinds- Yeah,
Dude.
not the trailer.
Holy cow.
That was a good trailer.
Dude, the fact
was
that
Like
Great
no
trailer.
new Pokemon reveals, but I still like I was done watching it like, oh, I'm hyped.
yeah,
I'm like,
we can
was it
fly.
the best trailer? Was it the best trailer of like Scarlet and Violet though?
Yes.
It
yeah,
really.
but it's the
kinda
music,
was.
dude. It's the music. The way it was like
It is what I asked for.
and then it
I don't
soars into the
remember if
earth.
y'all remember this, but you know, we were all on Pokemaniacs. And the thing I always talked about on Pokemaniacs, because that was like during Scarlet and Violet's hype cycle,
Yeah.
the thing I always talked about is I want a trailer that gets me excited. Like the
This
trailer
was-
that revealed Hisui and Growlithe and Braviary and Weirdeer and
Mhm.
Basilegium for Legends, or the Here Comes a Brand New World trailer for Sword and Shield. Those trailers, like you're on the edge of your seat, you're done
Yeah.
watching it. New Pokemon aside, obviously that's
The new
always a
Pokemon's
benefit,
excited and
but
it's
new
good for us
Pokemon
as
aside, You're
creators.
like, oh my god, you know. But
Yeah.
If
Dude.
there was one new Pokemon in that trailer, it probably would be the best trailer ever. Like
yeah.
I don't even know, like, because it was just so good, and there was so much information in it.
So
there's
much.
so many opportunities.
guys,
show a new
guys,
Pokemon
yeah, we
too.
haven't even talked
Yeah.
about the fact that there's gonna be. And listen, when the game comes out, we're gonna be doing a big old deep dive. I think we're recording that on Thursday. So
Thursday.
that'll come out Thursday night, maybe Friday. So definitely subscribe if you're new for a deep dive on the Indigo disc. But we're getting like a Let's Go feature. What the heck?
Yeah, that's funny that you think that like
The
people
Synchro
are like,
machine.
oh yeah, it's Let's Go feature, but I mean it is.
Well, it
technically-
is. I mean,
It's just
they
so much
call it that,
better
right?
in every
yeah,
way
yeah,
possible.
Well, the feature Let's Go's already in the game. This is the Synchro machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that they
Yeah.
like specifically say and they use the same language as what the scientists usually say in random Pokemon games, which then those features come to life, come to pass in future Pokemon games. They say that this is a prototype, basically
Just
telling
saying.
me that it's gonna be a feature in a main game at some point,
Yeah.
or like
Now,
a
I will
deeper
say-
feature, a more significant feature.
I gotta be honest. I like I said, y'all heard me just fangirl about the trailer. But if I am to be negative, I guess we don't know that no like old characters are returning in Indigo Disc, but it's not seeming too good. Like they haven't been found the data mine or anything.
No,
Yeah.
we kind of do know.
Right. So I'd just like to say there's so many missed opportunity. This Synchro Machine, Bill, easy. Unova characters, so easy.
Oh,
I mean,
that's-
Sharon is
Dude,
literally
Can you
a
imagine
teacher.
I didn't
Bill,
even think about
Bill
that.
Comes back
Gen
in
9
modern
Bill?
games.
That's
It's
crazy.
awesome.
But
You
that
know, 'cause
makes
he did
sense.
the whole thing where he turns into a Pokemon.
Yeah,
Dude,
but here's
that
the thing about Pokemon that you
I love
like.
that.
A lot of as fans, we don't like think about how they really don't bring back characters that much.
no, that's
in,
not
like-
true.
No,
They
they
do.
don't.
They do.
Sun and
No,
Moon
they
spoiled
don't.
us. Sun and Moon spoiled us.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
no,
they
but hear
usually try
me
to
out.
keep- They usually try to keep the games in their own universe, kind of
Mhm.
thing. You know what I mean?
No,
It's-
here's the thing. I remember in like yes, Gen 5, no, I would say they did not bring characters back for so long. And then Sun and Moon was the final oh, you've listened to us. Thank you so much. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the big moment. It just
Yeah,
so
you know
happens
what?
that that's 10 years ago or
They
it's 8
did
years
do it.
ago.
They did do it almost every game because Gym 4 they brought back Jasmine. And then
but that's
in the
one
Heart Gold
character.
Silver games you had Sinnoh characters appear. And then
Yeah, that's
in
true.
Unova, the next game, not even Black 2 and White 2 with the World Tournament, but base Black and White, you have Looker, you have Cynthia, you have Caitlyn.
Sure. That's a good point.
Kalos, you have Looker again. And then you have a reference to Gary and Kalos or Blue.
Yeah.
And then you have
Wee wee.
yeah. He always got bonjour down, but
Yeah,
every time he left,
bonjour.
he'd say smell you later.
Yeah, smell my bonjour. Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. We can't edit anything, guys.
What? That's not bad.
I don't know. It's just a weird phrase you just
Weird
said.
And then
visual.
Sun and Moon, you had a bunch of them, and then Sword and Shield, they just were like, nah, never mind, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But I
No,
mean,
we could talk about
even
Indigo Disc
Let's
for, like,
Go.
Yeah,
had,
let's table it just a
Son of
little
a
bit because
bitch.
literally we're gonna know
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
this stuff in 24 hours. I'm
Right.
so
Yeah, but
I-
we could literally talk about it for this entire time.
we could, but we gotta
we're
do
not.
we're doing AMA. We're doing AMA.
Yeah.
We do a little bit of both. We'll
Yeah.
just sprinkle
Oh,
it in.
yeah,
like
that'll
that.
be fun. I guarantee some of the guests later on in the actually in 15 minutes those people are going to be popping up. Yeah, but we'll definitely be talking about a little bit of an Indigo Disc. Here we go this is from Marshadow, one of our supporters in our secret Discord. If you could create your own Pokemon, what direction would you take?
What do you mean, what direction?
I know exactly what direction.
What
I would-
inspiration would you take?
Okay, well then, Soul, you lead us then.
I am an artist.
Wait, pause.
I
Pause.
dabble.
We just mentioned Gen 2, and Sully the Skeleton just found a shiny Ariados.
Oh,
cool.
And he told us with the
that's
super
a really
chat.
good
so
shiny.
bless
A
up.
good shiny.
Yeah, that's honestly really good.
Very good.
Actually, a little bit of a tangent. One of my earliest shinies that has been locked in home for the longest time was the shiny Ariados. It was a shiny Spinarak that I caught in Leaf Green in the Sevi Islands. This had to have been like 2005 or something. It's one of my own. It is my oldest shiny, I think, and I just brought it back into the teal mask, and it looks so good. Anyways, continue, Soul.
I actually, since you said that, we didn't answer that person's question. I just thought about it.
Oh, what?
We
The
did, we said
shiny?
What
paradoxes.
shiny?
You just did
What
it.
shiny are you like looking forward to the most of getting? Like, I think only you, maybe Dusty, said it, but
Oh,
I
what shiny?
think
Yeah,
I really want to see what Archaludon's is like, and I think it'll be
Sure.
good.
sure.
So I kind of want that, but also Diplin's evolution, like that might be good too. If it stays yellow, I'm like, that's gonna be my favorite shiny, my favorite Pokemon, favorite everything. But
Mhm.
so anyway, hopefully that answers that question. I
Yeah.
don't know about you,
Yeah.
Lumi. I know you're not a big shiny.
Oh no, I'm
fellow.
not a big shiny
Yeah,
person. But
he doesn't
I'm
like
curious
shinies.
to see the paradoxes.
Yeah, the Paradox are gonna be cool. You know what?
Cool.
Honestly, there's so many things about the Paradox that actually I've kind of come around on. Right? Like I think for a long time I was like, why are the future ones not Steel type? Why are they all Steel? Why are they all grayscale silver shiny? But I kind of love it now. I love it.
That's good. That's good.
Like that little like pixelated like the galaxy energy that flows through them. So cool.
I'm with you, man.
So cool.
I like them all.
Mhm.
But so for the Fakemon question, I've drawn some myself. I am just a sucker. You guys should know by now, but I'm a sucker for anything that's like Rayquaza, Dragon, Snake. Like
Seviper,
anything that
Ekans.
slithers. Yeah, so I would go for like a Serpentine. Like maybe like mix it with a deer or something. I made like this one
Oh,
deer
that's
snake
cool.
once. It was freaking cool.
That's cool.
Um,
Would the
Anything
antlers...
I would make would also be really cool. I'm just saying. Like, in my own eyes. In my own eyes.
Yeah, anything Soul makes is gonna be the best Pokemon.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean like the cool style. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
sure,
so.
sure.
Yeah.
So like,
It's not gonna have.
if I was a
breasts.
designer at Game Freak, they wouldn't come to me for like, hey, make a cute design. I'd be like, no, only strictly like cool things coming out.
It's
here.
gonna have the
Yeah.
Gen 1. It's gonna have the Gen 1 like angry eyes.
Yeah, I need some monster stuff. I do like cute stuff too, but I would just lean towards that more. Anyway, what about you guys?
Man,
You're the
I
fake
do
one
want.
master.
Okay, here I will say this. I want I feel like it's been a long time since I've had a non-legendary dragon that was super dragony. You know what I mean? Like what I mean is like,
Yeah,
so
I get that.
Excalibur, Cyclozar, Tatsugiri, love those, especially Cyclozar and Tatsugiri.
Yeah.
But Cyclozar is a lizard. Baxcalibur is a dinosaur, and Tatsugiri is a sushi fish. So I want something on the lines of like, obviously love Dragonite, that's no secret, but like Salamence or even like something like Rayquaza. You know, I would love, you know, a more just overtly dragon.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I feel you on that.
I totally get it.
That's so real.
I think they
Yeah.
try to get creative, right? I think they don't want a bunch of
and I
Pokemon
appreciate
that
those
have the same
designs.
identity.
I appreciate those designs, but I feel like it's been a while since
Yeah.
I've had the other thing. Like,
Yeah.
why not both? You know,
It really has been.
You've
though.
got Cyclozar, Tatsugiri. I'm not saying get rid of those, but I'm saying why not also throw in a Salamence-like dragon or a Dragonite-like dragon or a Rayquaza-like dragon,
Totally.
you know?
Yeah. Aerodynamics just said it in the chat. Salamence for the win. I was thinking the same thing. Salamence is
I know.
so
I know
classic.
Soul doesn't agree with us on that, but you and we're Salamence guys.
I agree with you on the dragon thing. Like we need like a ferocious, like
Yeah, more
basic
ferocity,
kind of
right?
dragon instead of just like a fish.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Excalibur is a
they-
refrigerated Godzilla.
I think they try really hard to make
Exactly.
every Pokemon feel unique, and if they just like it makes sense. They're like, oh, if we're
Yeah.
gonna add another standalone single stage dragon, it should be explosion turtle, right, with a fire type. It should be a sleepy grandpa that's normal, right? It should be right. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need another Ultra Necrozma.
Yeah,
That's
we,
what I'm-
we also got a
Yeah.
we also got another super chat by Determined. They say, "Smell my bonsoir," and then they said,
That's
"LOL, dope phrase."
Because you said smell my bonjour, which is like
Yeah,
good
the
day,
same thing.
and that is
Noivi said you
No,
should
that
name
is-
the Ariados Bonjour.
Isn't that like
Yeah.
hello,
that
sir?
one's good evening.
Oh,
that one's
okay,
good
okay.
evening.
Oh, okay.
So you said like smell my good,
Good
morning,
morning.
and he said smell my good evening, which is just like what
It's a
the
Gary reference. It's a Gary reference. YouTube, it's a algorithm. It's a Gary reference. I think. Yeah,
like
what
Gary.
Pokemon would I make? Lumi, did you say what? Yeah, you said dragon.
Yeah, the dragon.
I kind of agree with you. I think I have been. I made a video.
I know your answer, Dusty.
What? What is it gonna be?
Metal Code
curious.
Evolution.
Oh, true, dude. Yeah, I think that is really. I've been doing some more Fakemon videos recently, and I really love the idea of, yeah, I think I love the idea of like reusing these old evolutionary items to find out new ways that Pokemon can evolve, right? Because it would make sense that, I mean, I don't know. I guess the intent is like, you know, a Pokemon, if a specific Pokemon is exposed to a specific item, it undergoes change. But I also think the power, the infinity energy that is in a specific item is the same that's in an evolutionary stone or is in an environment or a habitat or a region, right? It's all the same. Whatever creates evolution, it's the same infinity energy. So it would make sense that if a dragon scale is applied to, I don't know, if a dragon scale is applied to a Meowth or whatever, it should.
Well, something has to be compatible with it, but I do
so it
think
can't be
they could
everything.
retcon it. But they could retcon it in a way where, like, okay, so Scyther and Onyx, you trade them with a metal coat for them to evolve.
Dude,
But
give
maybe
Scyther.
this Pokemon, it has to reach level 50 with a metal coat. You know,
Dude,
so you You still apply the metal coat, but you do different methods,
Dude,
right?
Yeah. I'm literally gonna commission this next. What if you give Scyther a dragon scale,
Dude.
and it looks like the beta version, or it looks more of the draconic, like, because Scyther has this reptilian.
It looks
look
like a
to it.
past paradox of
absolutely.
Scissor.
Bro.
Why isn't there why hasn't anyone done a past paradox of Scissor or Scyther?
I think I
or
have seen
Future?
it.
Like I need.
I'm
it.
gonna
I scared Dusty and made him think it was going to happen on accident.
I'm talking to Undo Region about this. This is gonna get done. It's gonna
like
it's gonna
Scyther
be
would
done.
be pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, even Scissor would be as a past.
Mhm.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Oh, dude, but even like
Do a past Scissor and a future Cleavor.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Oh
cool.
yes,
That is
yes.
cool. In Lumi, you said Onyx with a dragon scale, and it's true because Onyx does learn. First off, it's a giant serpent. It's a sand serpent.
I was just talking about the metal coat evolution, but yeah, that would be cool.
But yeah, but it also learns like dragon breath. It learns dragon tail. It
Sure,
learns some
dragon
dragon
tail.
moves. Can you think of that thing like it's like just a?
Give it to Magikarp, we get like a more draconic Gyarados,
Yeah, dude.
things like that.
Oh, that's Professor
That'd
Cowrie
be
is
cool.
coming back. Maybe I work with him on that.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to switch over to? It's a little bit early, but you want to switch over to the holiday party while we're just answering questions?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna switch over to the holiday party. Here we go.
Okie dokie.
I'm not quick at this.
All right. What's up, guys? It's just me right now. And we're in the holiday party. And Lumi's here. And, here, I got to show this. Turn on camera. Here we go. You're seeing the behind the
Ooh.
scenes. Here we go. All right. If you are watching and you are a creator and you were invited, come on. We want you to answer some questions.
Bring it.
All right. This next question. Actually, did we all answer?
Yeah, we did.
All right. This next question is by Podcast and our friend Draco.
Hey, Draco.
Would you like to see more more moves like Trick or Treat or Forest Curse that adds a third typing to a mon?
Sure.
Heck yeah.
Why not?
Right?
There's no reason
Fun.
not to.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see more. I don't know how viable those could become. At least those two weren't super viable. So, it'd be fun to see one that is, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be cool. Because so Trick or Treat adds
Ghost.
and then
Forest Curse is grass.
grass. Yeah. There's a ton of you could add. It's kind of like a beneficial status condition. Like I could see there being I don't know what it would be necessarily. I could see there being something. Hey.
Oh, hey, Sue.
Tommy's here.
Here we go. This is where the stream gets a little chaotic.
If I do something like this, there we go. I was just like.
So, Sue Tommy, how you doing? Do you want to answer this
She's
question?
Mute.
Oh, she's on mute.
She's mute on mine at least. That's all I
She's
see.
mute. There she is.
There we
Hey.
Happy
Hey.
holidays. Yeah. So I think.
I'm just here to make your life harder.
No, this is good. This is good.
Great.
So-
Give me 1 second. I forgot to put on my headphones.
All good. All good.
Yep.
So,
Sorry, what was the question?
would you want to see more Pokemon moves like Trick or Treat or Forest Curse, where like an additional? Oh, look at we got.
They mute instant.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
everyone's muted immediately.
Yeah,
What's
that's
up, man?
fair.
So
Is it immediately muted? Is that how it works?
I don't really know.
Or you're just saying they are immediately muted?
Anyways, let's keep the momentum going. This is the chaos that I'm really not prepared for. So so I think it'd be really cool if there was like, I don't know how you do it, but I could see like where you apply. I don't know. It's like if you use an ice move and someone just gains the ice type. It's kind of like armor in that way, where it's like if you freeze someone's like arms, like a dragon's arms or something, now they can like use all their attacks almost become like an ice type, or I don't really know exactly. Or I guess like if you were to freeze the Pokemon and it could still move, or maybe you lower its body temperature, now it's resistant to the fire type. I guess that would be the opposite.
Interesting.
You'd need to balance it carefully, I think, but it could
For
be an interesting tactic for double battles.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, with
Yeah.
setup and all of that. I guess it could work somehow.
Yeah.
Correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong, but Soak doesn't add the water typing. That one completely just changes it to
Ooh,
water,
that's
right?
true.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Because I think I like those better, if I'm honest.
They're a little bit,
Mhm.
yeah. They're
I love
they're
those.
simpler a little bit. Yo, everyone's hopping in. Curl Blitz is here. We got Stompin'. This is the artist who created our holiday gift. Welcome everyone. I don't know if everyone's gonna unmute themselves, but welcome.
We should probably do like,
Hey
welcome
everyone.
for sure. Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
We can do
how are you?
Good. Good.
Doing
To,
great. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm fine. Drawing and listening to the podcast.
oh, great. Awesome.
Awesome.
It's so yeah. It's this is gonna be fun. I'm like getting excited just seeing everyone. All right. Well, let's move on to our next question. This is by Kayla's Capsule, friend who actually might be popping in a little bit later. If there was a game with every Pokemon region and you get to pick which region you start in, where would you choose and why? This is a follow-up question from the MMORPG question from our last AMA episode. I mean, the whole premise in itself of like a game that has all of the Pokemon regions, obviously that's like super difficult, right? Because like the big question is like, is that actually ever going to happen, right? Is that even possible? But what region would you want to start with? It's kind of just a preference. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the question's easier to like kind of limit it to like if you started in a region, what secondary region would you want to go to travel to afterwards? Because then there's like a leveling question there. If there's like,
well, no, I get it. Like think about like just real world. Like
Yeah.
okay, you're in the Pokemon world. It's real. You're probably gonna go visit all regions, but where's the first region you're starting your Pokemon journey in?
yeah, I
don't know if
agree.
you-
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
guys,
if they-
you
if they
guys can
wanna
hop
answer
in.
some-
You guys can hop in
Yeah.
and chat. This
I
is a
think it'd be
holiday party.
Kanto. I think it'd be Kanto.
Dude, Kanto.
I mean,
I'm sick of starting in Kanto. That does make a lot of sense, though, Lumi. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see Kanto. I want to see Kanto as post game. I want to see a Kanto that's been developed, right?
You
I guess,
should play
Oh no, we've
Gold
already
and Silver.
we've already seen that. I'm sorry.
You should play Gold and Silver.
We've already seen
You'll
that.
really
yeah.
enjoy those games.
For
Yeah.
me, I'm pretty sure Soul would be able to answer for me. Probably
Oh.
knows.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
definitely Johto, something Johto.
Yeah.
Yep.
Post game Johto. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm excited to see another version of Unova if that's what we get. I feel like Unova was
Me
just kind
too.
of a stand.
We're starting Unova.
Yeah, because it was
We'll
so it
start
was
definitely Unova.
it was the first region that didn't really have like an add-on or like I guess it did there was a direct sequel in the game, but it was like the only region in Gen 5 was Unova. So it feels standalone, it feels separate from the rest of the universe.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fair.
Right?
Definitely.
What
I
about you,
made a
Kuro?
mistake, guys.
Probably Alola.
Lola.
Okay,
Alola,
that's cool.
because like if you are going to do like the gym challenge anyways for all the regions, Alola is a good starting point because it's like a practice region for you to go to
True.
the other regions, and you have reference. If you want to go to Kanto or Johto afterwards, you have references in Alola.
Yeah.
If you want to go to Owen, it's also an archipelago. If you want to go to Sinnoh, because you have like space-time correlations there.
Yeah.
So Alola feels like a good starting point. If you want to go to Kalos to learn about the Mega Evolutions, there you have it. Alola, it's still in the United States, so yeah, Alola.
I honestly that does
I
make
like that.
sense. Yeah, it's like a small scale
makes sense.
region, and there's like the school there, right? I feel like Paldea
Mhm.
could work in that same sense, but that's a really good. I like that. It's like the kid from the small town, right? Who then travels.
You also
the
pick
world.
up Zemus, which I feel is like kind of the most basic gimmick, if I'm honest.
Sure.
And so
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, because it's not even changing the Pokemon, it's just changing a move.
I love
unless
that.
it's
But
Necrozma.
changing must the heat. I mean, the heat in Alola must be. Oof, I don't want to go in Alola in summer. Like
Yeah, that's true. You do have to worry about the temperature.
Yeah.
the temperature. Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
funny.
That is a really cool question because it's like, I don't think we're actually gonna get that ever. maybe one day. I don't know.
Maybe what you never know what Game Freak.
you don't
I'm
You
know.
just
never
saying.
know. Never know.
Bro,
I
never know.
think maybe we could get a game where it's all of the Japanese regions.
Yeah.
That would
Ooh.
be a bit more possible. And like
That would
if
be
you
awesome.
start off
Oh.
in Johto's Goldenrod,
Yeah.
you've got the train there,
Mhm.
and the train can take you to the areas and all that. So
Yeah.
that might be
Sure.
an interesting possibility. And like I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's a little bit more realistic.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you also could do. They could one day do a Kanto and Alola game because the SSN travels to Alola,
Yeah.
so
That's
you
true.
could have
That's
that
true.
connection.
That's true. Would there be? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Actually, I know that in Kanto, I guess the SSN, not the SSN. I'm thinking of what's it called? The cable car or the train?
The goldenrod magnet train or bullet train,
the
whichever it is. Is it magnet? Magnet, I
train.
think. Magnet.
That
okay.
actually, I mean, Sue, you live in Japan. Is
Yep.
is that something that is like, is there like a train that goes all throughout the region? Because I could see that being expanded on in a
There's
Japanese
not
region.
one. There's not one train that goes all over the place, but there's different trains that go everywhere, and it's easy to change.
Yeah.
The magnet train, not the magnet. In English, it's called bullet train, Shinkansen.
Yeah.
Right. That makes
That
sense.
there is one that goes directly from Shinosaka Station to Tokyo, the
Okay.
Tokyo Station. I don't remember what it is. Some trains also, like, same bullet trains have different names. Like there's Hayabusa, Komachi, whole different bunch of ones. And Hayabusa was actually the code name for Let's Go. Not Let's Go. Legends.
Legends.
But,
okay.
Okay. So I guess my
But-
thought is like if they were, I can actually see that so clearly. A new Pokemon game, this would be the 2D, the HD 2D game where because it's a much smaller scale. They don't need to make like brand new, like open world biomes for every single region. But you basically have access to Kanto, Johto, and then you could take the train to Hoenn. You could take the train to, I guess you could take the train to Sinnoh, and then it's all of a sudden I could totally actually see a game like that where it's like
it wouldn't
this is the new
necessarily
game.
it wouldn't necessarily all have to be trains because like even in the anime, Ash goes from Kanto to Hoenn and Kanto to Sinnoh by boat. So
Yeah,
it
that's
could
true.
be boats in the end of the day. If anything,
That'd be awesome.
you could have like SSN goes to Alola because Mina is in Let's Go. You could use the Sea Gallop from the Sevi Islands to go to Hoenn and the SS Sako from Johto to go to Sinnoh.
Oh man.
So you have like 3 ferries.
Insane.
Or let us go through Sinjo to get to Sinnoh. Add that in too.
Lumi's all about it. Love it.
I'd be so for that, dude. Give me a Sinjo game. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's stop by Kitakami too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now at this point, might as well.
You could take a bus to Kitakami, I guess, because that's how you get from the airport to there.
Yeah.
So before we move
The
on
bus
to
that runs like twice a day.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I just want to say to Kuro and Stompin, like I've never really met you guys, and it's great to have you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
in here. It's great to finally like hear from you guys because
Yeah.
I like
Same here.
yeah,
Nice
I
to meet you,
follow
same
you
here.
guys and yeah, and all that great art and great theories that both of you come up with.
Thank you.
It's really good stuff. I don't know if we're asking people like what your holiday plans are or anything or
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Yeah, what are you guys doing for the holidays?
festive. While I eat my
Who's
corn.
going to go first? Who's gonna start?
You can start.
Okay. Not much. Like I'm gonna sit here in Greece, like with my family, my friends, some friends that live abroad. Will come here for the holidays. We're planning on playing together the new DLC with my friends.
Awesome. Yeah. I can't wait.
So yes, we have a little house, like a resort house. It's near a beach
nice.
here in this area. So we're gonna gather all up here there. We're gonna make the Christmas tree, make the atmosphere more Christmas-like, and we're gonna play all together.
That's
DLC.
amazing. I'm gonna come.
That sounds
I'm
like
coming.
a better holiday
I'm getting,
plan than
I'm
me.
getting
Yeah.
on the plane right now. I'm coming. It sounds so
Are we
cool.
invited?
Yeah, and
The
for
next Christmas present.
and for those who are
Like
listening, yeah, and for those who are listening, Stompin here is the one who created the art for the holiday gift that you guys will be getting very soon. Yeah. So I just want to point that out. Sue and Kuro, what are you guys up to?
So in Japan, the big thing is Kentucky Christmas, KFC Christmas.
I was about
Um,
to say, what do you mean, Kentucky? So-
Yeah, they go
Kentucky
mad
Christmas.
for KFC Christmas here, and it's insane. But we forgot to order this year, so we're just gonna grab a chook from the supermarket, cook it here. On
Wow.
Christmas Eve, because also people more so celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve here. Confused
that is
the
a-
hell
that's
out
a
of me
thing.
the first time.
Hmm.
Because I've got work on Christmas.
Oh,
No, don't tell me
Oh.
that.
that's so Japanese of life right there.
Yep.
Just working on Christmas.
Yep.
Dang. But that's cool
Uh,
though. Like the Christmas Eve thing is that's
Yeah.
a lot of places in the world do that. I'm sure you guys are all multicultural right now, so it's all that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kuro's around. But
I'm here. In terms of Christmas, it's just going to be with family and friends and loved ones. I have like this tradition where we on the 24th, on the afternoon of the 24th, we go like to the public plaza and we drink cherry ale. So it's like a local tradition here. So there's that. Like nothing. It's really just I feel like after the pandemic, everyone was like, we are a bit saturated of family. Like we need to be with friends a little bit more. It's a change of pace in the end.
yeah. That's good though. I mean, it's not like we're all gonna have the most amazing Christmases like stomping over here because that sounds like the best Christmas ever. But like it's
Like,
we have our
this is a
basic
tradition.
time.
We do this every year.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure you do.
We do this every year. Like it's like we can play. We don't always play Pokemon. Like we gather up and play other games like Zelda, mostly Nintendo stuff. But yeah, like the previous year, like 2022, we also played Pokemon together.
Sweet.
That's awesome. That sounds like a great Christmas.
Making big sandwiches and laughing out loud, like something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a great Christmas.
Great.
Hey, Kayla.
Thank you.
up?
Hello.
Kayla's here.
Kayla, we're just asking everyone what they're doing for the holidays. What are you doing for the holidays?
Oh gosh, mine's crazy. So I have a huge family, like a few hundred people.
Yeah.
And we all live. A lot of people live on the same street, and so we're gonna go from house to house and just see everybody.
That's
That's
super
cool.
fun. That's super fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Sounds amazing.
That's super fun. That's super fun.
Like in Japan, more so than Christmas, New Year's is the big thing here. So like I said, we don't have much planned for Christmas, but New Year's we'll go to my husband's family's place. And there's a really weird show that they play every New Year's. There's a whole bunch of really weird shows because Japan. And we'll watch that until it's time for the clock to tick over. Then we'll go in the freezing cold to the nearby local shrine where there's a whole bunch of other people just standing there in the freezing cold and eat like special New Year's noodles and go home.
That sounds fun.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm honestly getting hungry, so that's great to hear.
Oh, Kayla.
I know.
I just
And
turned.
my son
I looked and there she was.
Kayla turned her camera on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got cinnamon, peaches, and sage, of course.
Well,
Yeah, we were just talking about how the cover of earlier we were talking about the cover of New Pokemon Snap, how it has Score Bunny, Pichu, and then Grookey right there. I was like,
Yeah.
if Grookey was Sprigatito,
I'll let you-
it'd be Kayla's game.
Yeah, so close. Although Rillaboom, though.
Rillaboom is so good and
Yeah.
underrated.
Kayla swept
Absolutely.
me with a Rillaboom, so I know better than anyone.
But yeah, Sue, Kuro, and Stompin', it's great to see you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. We're gonna move on to some more questions, and make some room for some other people to hop on the call. But thank you so much for joining us.
It's been great to have you guys for real.
Yes.
Thank you. See
Y'all
you.
have
Have
a
a
Merry
great day.
Christmas, happy holiday, all that.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Appreciate all you
Okay.
guys. Yeah,
Bye.
we'll be sending you guys some gifts this holiday. See ya.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
So Kayla, our next question, AMA. If the Pokemon, this is from Sampy in our Discord. If the Pokemon Multiverse is canon and TPCI did a Marvel style what if, what type of Pokemon mutation or characteristic swap would you like to see for already existing Pokemon? And this honestly sounds a lot like Convergent species, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Or Paradox
I rem-
Pokemon, really.
yeah, it sounds very similar to Paradox Pokemon. I remember I came up for a podcast episode one where it was Lantern, but it was robotic, and it would lure people in with this like robot light, and it was terrifying looking. It was really scary.
I like that a lot, though.
I would
Sounds
go with
great
that.
to me.
Yeah.
I would like to modify this question slightly because
Okay.
he said Marvel's What If, and that just made me think like, because in Marvel's What If they like change plot lines. Like it's like, what if Peggy Carter had stayed down while Steve got the super soldier serum and stuff. So I would like to see like what if two Pokemon plots. You know what I mean? Like Rainbow Rocket kind of gave us a little tease of that.
Dude,
right?
that's
like,
so
what
true.
if the villains won? I'd like to
Yeah.
see things like that. Like what if I don't know. What if Arvin's parents stayed together? How would
Yeah.
that change things?
Yeah.
You
What
know?
if Red
That's-
joined
that's-
Team
that's
Rocket?
What if Red joined
Yeah.
Team Rocket? That'd be a huge
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Dude, that
Those are
honestly is
great.
so cool. Rainbow Rocket is such a wild thing, right?
That
'Cause
is kind of like our what if scenario. To be
It really
honest,
is.
like,
What if
Rainbow Rocket.
Giovanni won? What if Giovanni like time travel? Dude, oh no. Are they gonna go back to Rainbow Rocket? Are they gonna go back to Rainbow Rocket if we get like another Kanto game in the future? Was that touched
I
on
hope
in Let's
so.
Go at all?
No, not
No.
remotely.
Dude, they could totally call back to that. Like, what if
But
Giovanni
they
actually
kind of
was
they set it
a
up where you
world-threatening
could.
villain?
They set it up where they could come back. I think when they left, there was like dialogue about like they went off to another world or something. Like it was left kind of mysterious. I think it's been a
Yeah.
while since I've played that far into Ultra Sun.
I mean,
Ultraman.
we did like actually whoop them, so
Yeah,
that's how that goes.
that's true.
Like,
I
so
always
defeated.
loved the detail that Getsus was planning like to overthrow Giovanni. Like I like that they were true to the characters, right? Like that Getsus he is cutthroat. Like he
Yeah.
does not care.
Yeah, just peak.
We
peak
do
And
not
he
care.
actually physically attacked Lily,
I know. That's insane.
which is like big for a Pokemon game, right?
Yeah,
This
sure.
man hit a little girl.
yeah.
Yo, what's up,
Would you-
X?
Okay, cool.
Hey, I'm here and at least say what's up. Look at all you looking adorable with your Santa hats.
Yeah,
Dude,
you know.
happy holidays. What are you doing for the holidays?
Right now, the plan is just working. The restaurant that I work at is actually always does a Christmas buffet.
Oh, cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, we could actually go here. It's you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not
nice.
Freddy.
Dude,
I
the
gotta turn
swords
that
on the
on.
Oh,
walls.
dang, you got the. You were at
Bro.
work, bro.
Yeah, see, like
Oh,
Doing
that's
it.
sick, dude.
This looks like a cool place.
This looks like you're in. This looks like Skyrim footage.
bro, no, I could actually take you guys around and show you. It's an old German restaurant, and it's actually pretty legit.
We don't have to do
That's
that.
cool.
We don't have to do all that right now. But thank you, man. That's really cool. That's really
Actually really
sick.
It was really
Well, I mean,
cool.
I could do that as I'm just meandering around
Yeah.
because right now we're not open, so these are the quieter areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Toby,
my
Oh,
man.
Toby's in the chat.
Hello, sorry, I didn't realize I had that playing at the background. Hello.
Oh,
we
Gator's
didn't
here.
hear-
Oh.
Draco's here. Oh, here
Hey.
here come the floodgates. 11 o'clock hit. What's going on,
It
everyone?
happens, the chaos.
Yeah.
Hey,
Happy
somebody call
holiday,
for
everyone.
Jolly old fat man.
Oh shoot, I was muted.
Jolly.
Happy holidays, everyone.
How's everyone doing?
What are y'all?
Happy
Since we've got
holidays.
everybody, like a bunch of not new people to the show, but
Yo.
new to this
I love
live
this.
stream. What are y'all's holiday
for today.
plans? All the people who've jumped in.
Say that again.
Holy cow.
Say that again, Lumi.
Okay, what's everybody's holiday plans? We'll start like the way Discord has us presented. So we'll go Toby, then Kayla's already answered. Me and Soul, we're not
all in
important.
the same order for everyone?
No,
think
I don't
so,
know.
'cause it's alphabetic.
So,
Yeah.
To-
okay.
Toby,
We'll
you
go
start. Yeah, Toby, you
Peter,
start.
Drogain, Draconis, X.
Do you know what? I'll just show you. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Toby,
Maybe Toby goes last.
all right, Gator, you're next, man. Dude, first
Oh,
off,
shoot.
Gator, it's great to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in like a year, so
It really is.
hope you're having a
I know,
good year.
right? Yeah,
Ga-
yeah.
Gator
Hope
was
you
our
guys too.
first
Hope you
guest
guys had a
on Hidden Power.
good year. I know that was a long time ago. I was thinking back. I'm like,
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Toby's got an animal.
I can't get my headphones on. This is
shiny Sprigatito.
Ganondorf.
That's adorable.
His name is Ganondorf. He is the king of evil. The
Oh.
world leader.
The king of evil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, he's hiding his face.
I'm sorry. You were asleep. I'll take him back. But I just
I
can't
like
stop
make
thinking about.
That's
pretty-
amazing.
Oh.
This
He's
is
adorable.
the real reason why Toby's leaving YouTube.
Just to raise
Be
a
a
cat.
cat dad.
Just to
Valid
raise a
reason.
cat.
Yeah.
Kenway, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
Kenway's here.
Oh, and Hoops. I didn't
Hoops
even
is in the
notice you
chat.
pop in.
Hey,
Hoops,
it's
what's up?
Fenway.
I just.
Yeah,
made
I
it.
think we're at full
Drogain's
capacity
here.
guys.
I didn't realize how many people were gonna jump on all at the same time. Well, anyways, so all right, Toby's. What is Toby up for the holidays? He's doing. He's
I'm
he's
being
got
a
a cat.
dad.
He's a cat dad. He's a cat dad.
Also, it's so nice to see everyone in call together.
I'm having
Yeah.
major
Oh my
community
God.
issues. There we go.
This is just a celebration. Too.
There we are. Oh my God.
What's up? Yo, so Kenway, what are you up to this holiday? Oh man, Subi's. Oh man, everyone's just popping in.
I
Right at
have
11.
I have a soon-to-be 3-year-old daughter and a 4.5-year-old daughter. My youngest will be 3 next Monday, so we're just gonna be at the house, doing Yule celebration with them.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
What about
Family,
you,
family.
Gator? Gator, we interrupted you. What are you up to?
Oh, shoot! What Christmas holiday?
Yeah.
Just usual, just with family.
All right.
We
Me
do
too.
the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because
Yeah.
I'm Mexican, so that's mostly on Christmas Eve.
Okay. I didn't
So
know that.
you know
Yeah, I had
you
no
know what
idea.
it's all about.
Yes.
Pozole, tamales, champurrado.
Oh.
Absolutely.
You guys gotta stop talking about
Ah.
food. I'm so hungry right
I
now.
know.
I just
I
ate an
feel like we're
orange.
running for
is,
eating
right?
before this.
I'm trying to like.
We need to make a food podcast. Like I feel like we always talk
Yo.
about food.
We do always talk about food. Honestly, I would do that. Drogain, what
I think
are
that's
you
the
up to?
number one reason I connected with Toby is because I'm a cook.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Drogain, are you there? What are you up to this holiday?
Avoiding you. Nah, I'm playing. I'm going actually down south to where Lumi lives. Not too far, actually, in his old stomping ground.
Oh,
to
that's
visit
sick.
Family. So that means
Nice.
that if you send me something with your address, Lumi, I'm going to show up at your house.
Don't send him.
Awesome.
Don't send him your address.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but cool.
You're gonna drag
Someone
Lumi
almost
on-
doxed me earlier.
Yeah.
Hoop,
Might have.
Hoops, how you doing, man? What are you doing for the holidays?
I'm doing good. It's good to be here. I am basically just doing the holiday thing like everyone else, I guess. Family, friends, parties, all that stuff.
Do you have
And
any
it's all-
traditions?
I mean, I've got like this white elephant party that I do with my friends that's coming up, which is fun.
Oh, like
Uh,
a friend's Christmas.
Yeah, it's basically like taking the family Christmas party and just like doing it with my friends. So that's a lot of fun.
That is sick.
And then building gingerbread houses with my family is the other big one. So
That's honestly really
look
fun.
forward to that.
I don't think I've done a
Good ones.
gingerbread house in a long time.
They're fun. We get like tons of candy, frosting, like everything. So
That's awesome, man.
so, yeah.
Heck yeah. I also do a white elephant thing with my friends, so I think it's a good tradition. It's good to get everyone
It's
to
a fun
party.
tradition, yeah.
Yeah, that's super fun. Draco, what are you doing for the holidays?
Well, first off, blessed Yule, everybody. Merry meet.
Thank you. Yeah, happy
Um,
Festivus.
For the most part, it's me, my wife, and our in-laws that we live with. We're gonna be spending Christmas together, bouncing around family houses, just kind of a usual yearly tradition. Ending in Chinese food because it again
Nice.
tradition.
That's a fun one.
That is
Can't
sick.
beat it.
I think
Yeah,
we're
well,
doing
we
something
gotta-
similar. Yeah.
Well, we have a 9-year-old niece here, or I have a 9-year-old niece that lives with us, and we do a lot of stuff with her. Like I said, it's her parents, and then we just kind of bounce around family, friends.
It really does
Very
make
cool.
it more special to have like kids around for the holidays.
Oh, considering that we actually kind of celebrate all three, we do a little bit of Hanukkah because her dad's Jewish. We do a
Nice.
little bit of Christmas because her grandparents are Christian, and then we're also a House of Pagans, so we do Yule.
Awesome, man.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Who, the order's switching up. Jake from Game Explain just joined us, but we
Jake.
also got Subarashi here. Suba, how you been?
How you doing, guys?
What are you doing for the
I've been
holidays?
Pretty good. I've been pretty much relaxing. Keep doing the artwork as you guys all love, and
Yes.
Heck yeah.
We
as
do
you
love
know,
it.
you
We
all
do
seen
love
them.
it.
Yeah, and it's just having been a chill Christmas, and hopefully it'll be a good Boxing Day as well. And yeah, just keep on drawing, keep on doing. I say, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Big
loving
plans for the New Year's, everyone.
Are you heading out? Oh, what is
nothing
it?
I don't know that we do anything.
For
Nothing
New
yet.
Year's.
Keep on ahead.
We're still on Christmas right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So I'm just trying to focus on what's right here.
New
Jake-
Year's new videos, right, guys?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, something
New
or not.
champions.
Or
Good.
yes.
Jake, how's it going? How was dude? You were just at the Game Awards. That looked incredible.
That is right. Yes,
Yeah.
headed out to California. Took my sweet, sweet fiance. Had the time of our life all out in sunny California.
Bro, your fit
yeah, it was
was
good time.
incredible. You looked like a basketball player. You
Can
looked
I
incredible.
tell you something about that fit? Can I tell you something? I am talking
He's got a
some-
chain, the nicest sparkly suit, dude. It was insane. I loved it.
I am talking to some Sega guys, and the CEO of all of Sega, okay? He comes up to me, and he starts just relentlessly complimenting my outfit. And then, secretly, while I'm talking to somebody else, tries to take a photo of my suit with his little phone. He's like trying to be sly, and I'm like, "Are you trying to take a picture of me?" And he's cracking up. He's like, "Yeah. I'm the CEO of Sega. What's going on?"
That's
But, yeah, it
insane.
was
dude.
fun.
That's insane.
Oh, I have heard they are up to some really good stuff. I am really looking forward to their stuff when it drops.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
What are you doing for the holidays, Jake?
What am I doing for the holidays? So first off, we've got, what is it tonight? The 6th night of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Let's go.
Yes, happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
And then my fiance's family, they like go out for, listen, maybe all people that celebrate Christmas their whole lives do this, I don't know, but they like, dude, Christmas is crazy in these people's houses. They're like, it is like, jolly is not a feeling, it is like a state of being. And so we go to her house, and it's really fun because we have a little Shih Tzu, Chip, but Chip is from the same breeder as her parents' 2 little dogs, so it's like puppy palooza, man. All the puppies are just so happy to see each other, hanging out, having butter tarts. That's
I love
my
this.
yeah.
Talk
yeah,
a puppy.
We've got a cat Christmas.
I know.
and
Toby just got a
a
cat.
puppy Christmas.
I need an animal in my life. This is
Yeah.
not even fair. Hey, so we got a super chat from K-Mac. How would you bring Missing No back as a Pokemon? My idea would be a Paradox bird Pokemon to reference the scrap type in the first games. Who wants to jump on this?
I kind of did a fake mon of this, which was a Pokemon that looked like a ghost, for like the classic ghost from Lavender Town's Pokemon Tower. And instead of having a sort of ghostly mist around it, it has a sort of pixely mist that kind of referencing its ability to glitch, and that it sort of exists somewhere between realities. I think that would kind of give some context for Missing No as a Pokemon, that it kind of is a ghost of the machine of the world of Pokemon.
I've got one. I've got it for you. Ready? Okay. Extremely tiny, small chance when you trade a Pokemon, it turns into a Missing No.
See, that is honestly cool, but that could be awful because it could be your favorite Pokemon from like 2005, right? That you've been trading up. I do like that.
No, so now every time you trade, you're like,
or maybe it has to be.
Maybe there's a way in the game to like turn it back.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of being like, oh my god, something went wrong. Something. What happened to my Squirtle?
That would be in the spirit of Missing No, right?
Yeah,
and it gets like 600 BST. That would be kind of sick. Yo,
if I was gonna say, if it were shiny Pokemon, would it stay shiny?
Oh, shiny Missing No, yeah.
See, and that's the ultimate.
Yeah,
That's,
or maybe it's only. Maybe it
What
has
if
to.
hypothetically it's
Yeah.
evolution of Ditto? Because if you think about it, in Cinnabar Island, isn't Ditto in the mansion, and it's basically was rumored to be leftover DNA for the longest time. So you could just make it an evolution of Ditto finally.
I like
Make it
that,
canon.
yeah. But with Jake's
Or-
idea where you have to trade it, you have to it's still a glitch. There's a chance.
Yeah, I rock with that.
That's cool. That's cool.
As long as there's a way to turn them back, I'm good with that one.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine you're a child.
Forever.
I want to jump on. I want to jump on
Imagine
Jake's
you're a
idea for
child,
a
Jake.
second.
You're evil.
I want to jump on Jake's idea for a second. So you get that small chance for getting that Missing No, and if you happen to get that Missing No, that's the only way you can breed legendaries.
Dude, yeah,
You'll see
Missing No is
people
so
trading
crazy.
like crazy.
Not bad.
I think visually also Missing No could be really cool if they incorporate some of those that pixelated galaxy effect that you see with the energy inside of the future Paradox Pokemon, like where it looks like it's like ripping apart almost, right? But it still kind of looks like a creature in the game. I don't know, something cool like that would be cool. Ron, what are you doing for the holidays? Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Currently still in Hanukkah, right? So
How's that going?
Eating
Happy
very good,
Hanukkah.
honestly. Thank
Happy
you.
Hanukkah.
A lot of fried food, honestly, more than any year. Because honestly, this is the first year where I'm like going out to like restaurants and stuff, and just in general the entire year. So
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
also eating a lot of like a lot of donuts every day. Every day a different donut, trying different donuts every day. A lot
Nice.
of
Heck yeah.
What's been the best donut so
bet.
far? If there was like donut tier list, like what would the S tier donut be?
Tim Hortons has this this like a cake donut, like a birthday cake, like a funfetti donut,
Yeah.
like a
Wait,
Timbit.
wait. There's Tim Hortons in New York.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like I'd say 10 years old now.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, we haven't heard of it until this decade, basically.
Wow. I've only been to Tim Hortons when I go to Canada. When I go to
It's
Quebec.
really same. Like yeah, the first time I ever had one was like 10 years ago in Canada, but then it just showed up in New York. I guess it makes sense. It's like relatively close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
The North has it.
Kenway, you want to say something?
Yeah, I don't know how to talk with so many people on screen. So I just kept like
Just
doing
jump
this,
in.
like,
Just jump
"Hey, I
in.
wanna
This,
say
it's a
something.
party.
Hey, I wanna say
It's a
something."
party. It's a party.
So,
Popcorn.
I was thinking about this over the last few minutes. The perfect way, in my opinion, to incorporate Missing No in a future generation is, what if, just like in the last 3 generations, Rotom possesses a Pokedex, right?
Oh, sure.
But then that Pokedex or that phone breaks. So Rotom has all this information from all these other Pokemon. That explains why sometimes it's a Kabutops, sometimes it looks like Aerodactyl, sometimes it's just glitchy, because it's trying to show all these Pokemon at the same time. But Rotom can't get out of the Pokedex, so instead it just
corrupts.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. It like
I
the
actually like that a lot. Yeah.
The broken technology corrupts Rotom, and so like you were saying,
It's like an
corrupts
in-world missing no, right? It's like as if you're
Right.
messing around with your Game Boy, it breaks, but there's a Pokemon in it, so then it projects itself into the missing no. I like that a lot. That could be cool.
Right.
Or Porygon. Why is it not Porygon?
I have another idea. What if, because right now catching all the different unknowns doesn't really do anything. An unknown are supposed to kind of be the code of the game.
Yeah.
So what if for catching all the unknowns,
yes.
you could then encounter missing no?
Yeah.
Oh, that would
as
be
like
really
the
cool.
corrupted code.
I like the idea that Missingo could be kind of like a random Pokemon every time you send it out, but just a glitched version of that said random Pokemon, random stats, everything.
Yeah,
kind of like
that's cool.
Like a mimic. Yeah.
Every
Kind
time
of like Ditto, but
That is cool.
Ditto, yeah.
That's fun.
That's fun.
Missing no would be really
Kayla's
sweet.
idea just reignited a hatred I had for an early Gen 2 rumor, which was if you caught all the unknowns, the Unknown King would appear.
Yeah.
So it
Unknown
that would
needs some
kind of
justice.
Yes, that would kind of finally pay off those childhood scars, because back then you weren't able to identify what was fake and what was real.
Yeah.
So now that would actually give some validity to it.
Yeah.
Back when I was first playing Pokemon, the rumor was the space shuttle to Deoxys or Jirachi, and that kind of came true. So I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
Gen
I'm real
6,
old.
right?
I'm the Mew under the pickup truck.
But yeah,
the
mine was
Mew
Mew in the
truck
truck.
is like a meme in
Same.
like every game now.
And the Poke Gods, Poke Blue.
They've referenced the Mew truck thing like officially and stuff, haven't they? Like, haven't they like with
Yeah.
Pokemon
It was an
Go?
SV.
They,
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
in
they
Let's
have.
Go
Yeah.
Pikachu and Eevee
Let's
too.
go.
It was an
Was it?
SV.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
put
on
it
the-
in under a truck.
Cortando. Yeah, near Cortando, there's a truck.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, and you can click on it, and it's like, oh, let's look under the truck, and it's like, oh, there's nothing there.
That's awesome.
Ooh, I gotta check that out.
Dustin,
I
we
could
got any
definitely see
questions?
like
All right.
mixing Missing No and Unknown, definitely like design wise.
hmm
Determined sent us a couple super chats. Determined said, him and his wife, or I guess it could be her and his wife. I don't really know Determined. They write the hidden treasure is Kayla. They've decided it's Kayla. Kayla, I feel like you've
I
solved.
agree.
Kayla's solved like Area Zero like weeks before we actually get to play the DLC. So
Dude,
I'm
the
so pumped.
maze. The maze thing, the
I-
Artisan maze being a map of Area Zero blows my mind. I think I've watched
Really
that video
cool.
7 times
Yeah.
now.
It makes so much sense. And I went down there to actually explore it, and I kept thinking of the video. I actually ended up getting a shiny Venonat or Venomoth right where you
Yeah,
you
I saw
failed
that.
yours.
I
I'm
was glad
convinced.
that-
I'm
I
convinced.
personally
there's-
already
there's
have a
one
shiny
there.
Venomoth,
That's a
so I
static-
think like.
That's a static encounter. So there's certain parts in the game where they give away free shinies, and that's one of the
It
ones that
feels that way. I don't know. You'd have to talk to someone in the data.
Yeah, I don't think it
but-
technically is.
Yeah, it feels that way.
It's not supposed to be, but it's the same way. Like if you bounced in and out of Kitakame, and like if you play the first 5 minutes, you're higher chances to get a shiny within the first 5 minutes.
No
So
way.
like for me, I got sent like 3 times.
I don't know if I buy it, but
I don't know. I mean, I started playing.
So do it, Soul.
I want one.
I started playing Scarlet and Violet, and within the first 15 minutes, I popped 2 shinies.
Dude, that's insane.
People
There's
are
so many good shinies.
Some people are lucky out there.
Anyway, the point is, Kayla, you missed your shiny, and that's terrible. That's the point.
Yeah, I do have a shiny Venomoth already, so at least it wasn't
Good,
a total
yeah.
like prime moment.
Wait, what is this video? I want to see. Can we plug the channel? Can we have a plug moment?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
can
We
plug-
should have a
can
plug.
Kayla all the
I mean,
time.
you should watch
Best
it for
channel
sure.
on
Here, let me get
YouTube,
let me
series.
Oh, thanks,
let me
guys.
get the
What was
channel up.
it? You also did a big
Drop the
one
link.
at before Scarlet and Violet's release. It was
Quantum
how
Time
I found you.
Crystals.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was how I found
Yeah,
you.
that was big. Yeah,
I don't even
think-
know if I had a channel yet. If I did, I had like 2 subs then.
Here, I'm gonna...
Kayla has also just done, and everyone should do this. This is wonderful. The bingo board, and you've just posted it out on Twitter and Twitter, on Twitter, and it's like a bingo board of everything that you predict for the DLC. So like, we'll
heck
see
yes.
Heath or whatever, and it's got like a whole bunch of
That's
slots. So I'm
cool.
gonna do mine today, but I think it's a great
Yeah,
idea.
it's gonna be really fun because then it's kind of like we're all playing together. We could be like, oh hey, I got this right, this one not so much.
Jake, did you find it?
Okay, yeah. So it's nobody wanted to just say it, so I'll do it. It's Kayla's capsule. Subscribe, baby.
I put it.
All
I put it in the chat. It's in the chat. There's a link you can actually write. Yeah, you right click it, save it to a different tab, and then when the stream's over, go watch her new video.
Oh, did you plug it on the chat?
I did, yeah. We get another super chat here by Squirtle Master Kenobi. Thank you, and then what a cool big stream. I hope Terrapagos actually has a 19th type and isn't just like rainbow type, which is all the types. Give it an actual light type. What do you guys think? Oh, hey,
boy.
Alchemy Sunday just popped in.
An Omni type.
Can I ask something? Can I ask Pokemon people? You know, I'm out here doing a general video game channel. I want to know from the Pokemon people.
Yeah.
Why do people want a new type so bad?
Because it's fun. It's exciting.
It's been a decade.
I just feel like I'm still like, what is Fairy strong against? I don't know, you know. And so, do we really need another one of these puppies out here running around?
It's been a decade, dude.
It flipped on its face, man.
The whole reason we had new types. The whole reason
Imagine
we had
how
new types was
exciting-
for the meta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
imagine-
see. Okay, is there a meta problem now that needs to be addressed? Is that
Yeah,
it?
electric types.
Oh,
No, not really.
okay.
Is
Apparently
that-
not.
We have one
It's
weakness.
not a meta problem.
that's
Like something's
fine.
too strong, but
Mm-hmm.
the ice type is hurting.
There's so
and
many
I
bad
need it
types.
fixed.
Yeah.
Bug type's hurting
But
too over
Ken
here. Okay,
Hao.
bug type.
Listen,
Bug
guys.
type
So
too.
I think that to answer your question, Jake, what it actually is that a new type allows Game Freak to now create new designs with a new set of, what would you call it? Like if they it's like
Aesthetics.
Aesthetic
right?
principles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
sure.
create a new type, all of a sudden now there's a whole new opportunity, a branch of what a Pokemon design can actually look like. Yeah, Ron, I don't know if you want to speak to this as an artist.
Or you
Yeah,
can even
that's
read
true.
old designs, you know. So like what they did with Fairy was they transferred over a lot of Pokemon that
Sure.
were basically normal to Fairy too. Like it gives the opportunity for new and old Pokemon to get something
Yeah.
for the franchise.
Yeah, like sound and light time. Like I'm a big fan of Xploud, and nobody talks about Xploud, and I want sound.
I
type
love
for
Xploud, yeah.
It should have it.
Okay, see, I get this now because as a Psyduck appreciator, I just want something. I need a remix. I need a Psyduck remix because I can't with this Golduck loser.
Cosmic
Get him
type.
out of my life.
Oh,
Cosmic
Get him out of my
type.
life,
Oh,
dude.
there's a
Golduck.
problem with this.
Paradox Psyduck.
Kayla's got this. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yes, my son, he's beautiful. You notice it's not a Golduck plush. You notice, okay? I'm just saying.
Soul loves
maybe it should.
Golduck. I don't know why.
Maybe it should be.
Dude,
I
Golduck
like
is
Golduck.
cool in the TCG art and nowhere else.
Yeah, I'm with
In
you.
the
I'm with you,
anime
Jake.
though, have you seen like the
It
old
is cool
anime?
in the anime.
Oh no, okay. I'll
Like
have
the
to see.
Orange Islands episode with it.
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
A
Yeah.
baller.
All
All right.
stuck in
Yeah, but compared to
1996,
the
man,
countless
you know.
episodes of Psyduck.
Dude,
Wait.
Psyduck's the goat
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Gator, do you
Anyway.
want to give us a little synopsis on why you think sound type should not be a type? Because your video was
no.
really comprehensive. It actually
Well,
kind of
careful,
convinced me.
Gator.
Okay, okay, good. No, just that. I mean, they're already building sound as a mechanic, like a secondary mechanic in typing, or not in typing, but like to moves, because it's like, oh, okay, there are already all these abilities that affect sound moves, and all these moves that are already listed as sound moves.
They go through
And especially
substitute.
yeah, they go through substitute, and then especially like some Pokemon, it's like, okay, Toxtricity, it's very much electric, it's very much poison. Which do you replace for sound? And
These
then
are good
some other
points.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Not only that, but some abilities affect normal type moves. Like I'm thinking of Sylveon's Pixelate. You'd have no more Hyper Voice for Sylveon.
Yeah,
that would
Which,
be very
depending on who you
sad.
ask, might be a good thing, but
I
no,
want justice for
you'd also take away
X-Cloud.
like
Justice for X-Cloud
Now
over
they
here.
could always like with the Pixelate situation, they could always just like change out its ability. You know, like I think about how in Polion they realized Defiant was kind of irrelevant for it, and so they gave it competitive instead.
Do you
Yeah,
folks
also, like-
remember Chatot on the DS games where you could use
Where you
your
could get it to
own
curse out
Yeah.
Yo, that was top tier Pokemon moment. Okay, that was amazing.
Oh, it was banned.
Lumi,
Oh,
you
love
leave
Chatot.
Pixelate alone, Lumi.
So here's the
great
thing.
sound
though.
Pokemon.
I'm actually rocking a physical Sylveon with Pixelate, and what is it? Last
It's a
Resort.
good Pokemon.
Ooh.
Resort on Pixelate is actually stronger than the strongest special attack on that particular Pokemon.
So I have a little bit of a gripe with that though.
Cool.
Like my biggest complaint with normal type in general is that this is a fantasy world of monsters. What makes them normal? Like when I look at X-Cloud, what is normal about X-Cloud?
Normal is the
So it's
mammal
like-
type. That's what I think.
Normal.
Well, yes,
normal
yes,
is
but
the
you-
sound type.
But the
It's
thing
like
is,
the
they're not
animal
all
type.
mammals. But they're not all mammals though. Like even if you
True.
go back to like, for example, birds
Dunsparce?
in general, like they're birds. But that would make them really the only normal type.
Well, it doesn't
X-Cloud is
sound.
not a freaking mammal, dude. Like
You
what
can't
does that
call them the soft fleshy type. It doesn't sound as good, you know.
Ew.
But my point is with this is that technically speaking, while Gator's points are correct and competitive, it would affect stuff. If you rebranded some of those normal types that are affected with those moves and kept their abilities, nothing would really change. It'd just be a different type.
I'm with Drogain.
For the normal types.
Hey, Alchemy Sunday.
it's the
Alchemy
domestic
Sunday. Thank you for
ones.
being here. How you doing? How's your what are your holiday plans? How you doing? It's good to see you. I saw
I'm
you in
good.
New York.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was a great time. I don't have any holiday plans. I've been avoiding trying to make any plans with my family as long as possible. So
That's actually kind of based. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
When it's not preferred,
That's the
actually a
ultimate
great
holiday
move.
plan.
Yeah. Ultimate
I
holiday
gotta say,
plan. I'm just
I
gonna play Pokemon.
don't know you, but best name in here so far. I gotta say, that is S tier name. Well done.
thank you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, so
Same here.
Alchemy, I don't know if you even watched the podcast, but the core of us is Lumios Post and Soul Silver Art and me, which you can't even see because my face is just the Discord mob.
You are all of us.
I'm all of you guys right now.
He's everywhere.
But
You're
yeah,
the new type.
I am the new type. I am.
He's the Omni type.
Yeah.
Dusty, I know a way around this. By the way, I'll teach you off stream. I'll teach you off stream.
Name?
Yeah.
Visible type.
Hey, Lumi. Dusty is all the Jedi.
Yes.
Okay.
Dang it! I was gonna make a Force joke.
Yeah, guys, I'm actually gonna end up taking off to let some space on for anybody else who wants to jump in. But
I appreciate it,
before
man.
Before I head on out, happy holidays, everybody.
Hey, dude, I've never seen your face. That was a face reveal.
Face reveal.
He said
Yeah, it was.
I've literally never.
Exclusive.
And he's out. He's just okay. Great. Awesome.
No,
Have a
he's
good one,
there.
guys.
He's there.
Oh, is he?
still
Oh, there he is.
See ya,
Okay.
man.
Good to see you. Happy holidays.
I gotta head out as well too for work.
All right, Kayla. Great to see you.
Have a good day,
Yeah,
everybody.
good seeing everybody.
Let's
Bye.
talk soon.
Once again, Kayla's capsule.
Happy holidays.
Check it out. This capsule.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody.
See you, Caps. See you, Kayla. Have a good holiday, everyone. I'll catch you on the next one.
See you.
Alright.
See you guys.
Peace out, man.
Bye.
Here, we do have another super chat right here by Aiden McCulloch, and this is their first super chat. So welcome, thank you. They say rooting for Black and White 3, knowing Indigo Disc is a Unova.
Oh boy.
Unova, a sequel, and the sequel of wait, I'm confused. Rooting for Black and White 3, knowing Indigo Disc is Unova, a sequel to the sequel. or Legends Johto. What about you guys? I'm trying to make sense. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be very
I
disappointed.
think,
next
are you
year.
rooting
Well,
for
I have-
BW3 or Legends Johto?
I think they're saying,
is
yeah,
the
yeah,
question.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't want
Toby's.
anything Unova very soon. I want Unova things in 10 years. Not
Okay,
Yeah.
go off.
7 years.
Greg,
Oh,
what's
Greg's
up?
here. Welcome, Greg. Greg from PKMN Cast. From
Hey.
It's
Yo.
Super Effective. Welcome, man. How you doing?
Yeah.
Here, before we jump to the super chat question, Greg, welcome. And what are your holiday plans?
All my family is here, so it's just all family.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? We had some
It's a
people say they're
thing.
going to avoid their family this Christmas, and
It's fine.
That's good. It's a good answer.
It's fine.
yeah, holidays definitely they're super fun. I got to keep the energy up for the stream, but sometimes it's a little exhausting. Just want to stay home.
Oh yeah.
Just want to hang out, play some Pokemon.
Yeah. The good thing is my new job has the entire last week of December off as a company holiday.
Cool.
So
Wow,
I don't work
nice.
the last week of December now.
That's awesome.
I will just
Very
be
nice.
taking time to do whatever the heck I want.
Yes. Amen to that.
That's perfect. I need some of that. I need some of that. Things keep popping up. Anyway, so the big question is Greg again.
That is the big question.
Yeah, the big question. What is the next game gonna be? That's what the super chat is asking. And Ron, so you're anti Unova?
No, I love Unova so much that I don't want it to be now.
Sure.
I want it to be, better. So in the future would be better for it. I don't want it to.
He lives there.
Sure.
That too, yeah. Also, because I'm kind of developing something Unova related, and I don't want that to interfere with it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, content reasons.
I think
get
we
that.
all get that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's real.
Oh yeah. I remember last week we put out a on here on Hidden Power, we put out a video just talking about Indigo Disc stuff and things we're excited for. And when they announced the trailer, we were all like, okay, please don't make our video irrelevant. But it didn't because it didn't reveal anything like new Pokemon or anything.
That is like an impending thought I always have. I'm like, oh, if I make this video, it'll be evergreen until it's not evergreen, until it's
Sure.
until
Nothing
it's
is evergreen.
no. There's always a shelf life, but yeah.
Yo, Dusty, can I take this question?
Yeah, go off.
So I actually literally made a video about this yesterday, and I think one of the things that I can definitely see happening is people want it to be Unova or Johto related, and they're going very far in a direction that's basically based on fan love versus actuality. And if we look back at the previous releases, the only real surprise after a main entry generation that came before a filler game or a remake or whatever was Legends Arceus. So unless they're going to do another Legends game next year or something in that vein, more than likely it's going to just be what it normally is. So we don't know what remake game that could be, but what it will be is it's going to be a filler game to follow up the next main generation game. Because if you look at the last 10 years, that's exactly what they've done. They have not done what the next game in the generation. It's always been just the game, drop it, leave it go, hype cycle for the next main generation game. And that main generation game is being supported way longer than the follow-up game. It still will be in the vein of the generation it's in, but whatever it is, it's just going to be the game, and the resources for it are just simply to keep the momentum of the franchise going until they release the next main entry game.
I'm on board with that.
What we're looking at.
What do you think, Greg? It looked like you were going to say
whether
something.
that's Unova or Johto or something else, it'll be something that'll tide the fans over. It'll be a region that we want, but it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be experimental. I think it's going to be very safe. Very, very safe.
I think it's going to be. I agree with Joe Grain. I think it's going to be something safe. I think it's going to be something familiar. I honestly think it's going to be Ilka remake of Black and White for two reasons. One,
And we all
that
cringe.
brilliant diamond shot. No, I don't. I'm not saying this is what we deserve. I'm saying I think this is what we're going to get.
We don't deserve anything.
So
It's
There's a
what
couple of,
you deserve, Elite, for bringing it up.
there's a couple of things that we have to consider. That 2026 is the 30th anniversary.
100%.
Facts.
2026 and the 10th generation match up very nicely. It is only a year delay between main series games because if Scarlet and Violet came out in 2022, the next one should come out in 2025.
which I have a feeling they will wait to push until 2026 to have it match up with the 30th release date. So what we have is a lot of filler time in between there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The biggest question is if they are going to do another remake, because we are getting into the problem generations where there are sequels to those games. There are Black and White just didn't stand alone. It did have a sequel that came after it, and unlike a third edition that they could ignore it, it was 2 sequel editions that were direct sequels. So the question is are they actually going to do remakes once they've hit this generation? All signs point to yes. I could see them deciding to do, because they have an extra year in there, doing a remake of Black and White and then doing a remake of Black and White 2 because they really liked, although it was bad, the interconnectivity between those two and the fact that you could tie the story from one into the other. The other thing that's weird is they use Roxy and a lot of the gym leaders from Black and White 2 in a lot of their in a lot of their stuff, a lot more than they do with the stuff that came in Black and White 1. So to do a Black and White without some of their bigger stars, quote unquote, also feels super strange and awkward.
That is a great case for Black White 2 inclusion. I love that.
So, I mean, I have a feeling if they're going to remake it, they may just remake the sequels. I mean, it's at this point, Unova didn't sell well, period. It was at a low time. It was at a low year. The sequels didn't sell great either. They really didn't work great on the DS because it was towards the end of the life of the DS, and they were really pushing that hardware to its absolute limits, and you could tell because it just hung up every once in a while. Also, Black and White was also when they were really trying to shift what Pokemon is. Like, they were trying to get away from the grind, but their solution was just to make Auto-No. So there's just a lot of weirdness that exists in Black and White and Black and White 2 that I don't know that they have an exact fix for, which is why I think they're probably going to try to do a lot more filler with this weird generation of games to push everything off until 2026.
Yeah, it turns out the filler games are some of the most exciting. Dr. Lava, welcome, man. How you doing? Good to meet you. Good to see you on camera. This is great. We're getting all the face reveals today. What are your holiday plans? We're talking right now about whatever the new remake could be in 2024. How we could, whatever game that might be. But we'd love to learn about your holiday plans.
I don't know nothing about the future. I don't know, Gen 5, I guess.
That's what people are saying.
That seems to be the big consensus.
I feel like I've just got the contrary opinion, and I don't want to go off onto a whole spiel here, but like Gen 5 is just not happening next year.
We've heard it, Toby. We've heard it.
Oh my God.
No, but I'm kind of with Toby a little bit. I really am, because
I'm not kind of with Toby. I'm with Toby all the way. But I only hesitation I give about it is the fact that because they love Kanto and Johto so much, I can see them flipping those releases.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why. Outside of that, I 100% side with Toby. So like, Kanto and Johto is like their staple. 30th anniversary. A lot of people talked about this before. If you flip that, people would naturally be looking at Johto and Kanto to be loved more in the 30th anniversary of Pokemon than Unova. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. So, but there's also the factor of what Greg talked about too, with 4 game releases. You either have to drop that simultaneously, or you have to prepare your fan base to be like, all right, remake 1, 2, remake 2 next year, then 3rd game. Like, that's why they're in a very precarious position, which is also why I think they leaned into doing Kitakame DLC and then Unova DLC. Because if they choose not to do either of those next year, then at least they gave us something in the vein of it.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Toby, what do you think?
All right. I'm going to go through this so quickly. Okay, so it's all about the 30th anniversary, which is going to be, a new generation most likely. So that does mean that they're pushing it back, but they're only pushing it back potentially from November to February, which they've already proved with Legends Arceus they could do. February's Pokemon Day. So in theory, they're only pushing it back a couple months. And what they could do on that 30th anniversary to really drive the point home is they could make a game and DLC. That may well be on a new console. So for now, They just got to sort of make something kind of quick and easy that they can cook up. I think the answer to that is Legends Johto. Legends Arceus was a huge hit. Like, people really, really loved it. And the region most like it is not only Johto, but Johto is the game that is the longest since we've last seen it. It would just be a case of reusing and sprucing up some assets, making a new story. I know game dev is not that simple, but in comparison to making, say, a Legends Unova, which would look totally different, be a totally different world, and then you can revisit Generation 5 as part of the 30th anniversary after the 30th as a way of looking back at where they were halfway through their journey. Now they're at Gen 10, and I think Gen 10, and certainly by Gen 11, is going to be a real pivot point to where they're going in the future. Johto, it's safe because it's Johto, because people freaking love that, because it's like Pokemania. It seems like, and they're hinting so heavily on the Unova now. People are going Unova. But I also think a lot of the hints for Unova were pointing to the Indigo Disc. That's the answer. And actually, if you look, and this is a little bit more speculative, and I'll shut up in a second. If you look at like Sword and Shield's DLC, the first DLC was the Isle of Armor, which kind of had honey trees and single and strong style and all of that. And sure enough, we got our kind of Sinnoh remakes after that. And then the Crown Tundra, terrestrial crowns, riding on legendary Pokemon, Glastrier and Spectre, the future and the past with Regidrago and Regieleki. They were like all these little hint and open world adventure to Scarlet and Violet. So if that's the case, Kitakami, if they're doing that, and they do like doing that, so it's a bit more speculative, Kitakami is clearly a kind of more Johto-esque feel, and then Unova would be down the line. Right, I'll shut up. That's my pitch.
That's good.
Think it makes the most sense.
I do keep thinking about that. It's like, what is if the current open world game, the legendary is essential for traversal? Is every future open world Pokemon game gonna have a shoehorned legendary that has some sort of like motorcycle transportation design? Because I don't know if I love that.
Hey, did anybody catch at the end of the Game Awards the new Monster Hunter game? Straight up, it's like the same mechanic with that ride thing that can do different modes.
That's kind of cool,
dude. Yeah, it looked pretty dope over there. I'm not gonna lie, but
Pokemon's
it was funny.
influential.
Big time.
A mount with multiple modes is Nintendo and everybody else catching up to where most MMOs have been for the last 10 years. Like, you can't say Nintendo are not trailblazers.
I gotta tell you, the way that it looked and functioned, I'm not saying they played Scarlet and Violet and were like, well, we have to have this. But I think it's an interesting trend in the way that things are going, for sure.
I mean, if you look at past history, BDSP came out in November, the year after the final DLC of Scarlet and Violet came out. That is exactly how they run things. There is no pattern, and their own history and their own money-making ways points to a remake will be coming out next year because they need to have something. I do not think they're going to go back to Legends.
I don't either.
Why not? It sold good, but it's not the gameplay that they necessarily want. Is the gameplay that they have said they've wanted. So it was definitely a great experiment, but you can look at a million other things that they did, like Pokemon Conquest, which is a super great game. Never seen another one. Pokemon Rangers dropped in the dust. Like, they take these excursions out to test out mechanics, and they sell okay, but that is not what they ever want to do with their games. That isn't their point of what they're doing.
If we're looking at the patterns in the past, like, the space between remakes is always huge. So I don't understand how like the next remake is Unova, right? But that's gonna be in like 10 years or something. Another remake that is like a surprise, like how Let's Go was, would make slightly more sense, or just a surprise in general is what I'm thinking. I don't think the predictable thing is what's going to happen, which is...
I don't think they're going back to Let's Go either.
So you're saying Kalos remakes next, Truegreen?
I'm just saying it's going to be something new. Something new, or a remake of a generation that isn't the predictable one, which is Unova.
Yeah.
Does anybody else kind of feel like the I've been saying for a while I don't think a remake's coming soon because of all of the marketing about like getting all the old starters in the new DLC. I'm like, you're gonna give me all these bozos and then turn around in 2 months and be like, and here's your starter Pokemon in this remake. I'm like, I don't know.
I think they will.
Almost all the starters in BDSP.
Yeah,
they were all.
But
in
it
the
wasn't
underground.
like I don't think it was a marketing thing the way that it was for in this one.
Yeah, but like for what was it in Gen 8 you could get every single legendary, which isn't your starter. That is a good point. That is the partner you go through the region with, but it's still like a selling point, right?
I think I would double down on the reason for a Legends game here, just in that because Gen 10 is going to be on a new console, they're going to want to put a lot of focus into the development of that. And so it might be a worthwhile time to recycle an idea, and to kind of reuse assets, reuse mechanics, and that kind of thing. It might just be easier on the development team to be doing that. That would be my pitch there, I guess. That would be my thoughts.
Alchemy, I know you work with the Pokemon Company a lot. I would love to get some of your insight. She's like, I'm not gonna say anything.
He knows the next game.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But I would love for it to be a Legends game just because I felt that was so refreshing and fun.
Yeah, it's funny
Do
how
I
like
think that'll happen? No.
What do you think will happen if you had to place money on it?
I think it's gonna be something different. I think that they're just gonna it's gonna come out of left field like Legends did. That's what I think.
The new synchro feature that we saw in the new trailer is really exciting.
I'm thinking synchro machine game. I'm just saying.
Like let's go something, and it's literally it's like Mystery Dungeon where you play as the Pokemon.
Listen, I'll lose my mind if we do
I
that.
haven't done a dungeon in a
That'd be
while.
cool. They literally said it's a prototype in the game, and I think that's because they're saying like that it's going to be a limited feature for now, but maybe that means like in the future that there's going to be a better version of this, whether it be in like a next mainline game or whatever, or it's like its own standalone game that they just, like what Greg was saying, they just do it and then they drop it and that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just battle,
just like Megas.
If we go with Toby's thing on like the first DLC hinting at something this gen, second DLC hinting at something else, then that would imply this is like a Gen 10 gimmick that's going to get expanded on in Gen 10.
Ooh. We got a super chat here by Determined. I'm not sure who put this together, but I love this. Pokemon always pulls people together, and this live stream reminds me how important Pokemon is outside of the meta. And then he gave us like the rock and roll emoji, rock and roll hand gesture emoji.
Nice.
Love that. Squirtle Master Kenobi also with the super chat. I want a Legends Johto where your starter becomes one of the wait, what? Where you start?
No. You read it right the first time.
Becomes one of the legendary dogs.
Okay, so your starter is the legendary dog, or it
so
evolves.
There are 3 legendary. It's like Baby Entei is your starter.
That's crazy.
It's the thing that died that was resurrected as Entei Raikou Suicune.
Dude, that would be insane.
This is not a bad idea.
Hang on. Or it's an Eevee that turned into the legendary dog, but you have to watch it. You have to watch it burn.
Yeah. Or who was it? Was it Dobbs? Dobbs just put out a video where they made what was it, like an Umbreon? It was basically like a fourth legendary beast that was based on the Umbreon design to correspond with how
that's
the
awesome.
3 original evolutions, right? The theory is that they became the legendary beast. So you could give us, it could be like it's not gonna be Let's Go, but whatever.
Okay.
Espeon or Umbreon, and then it transforms.
I'm never gonna bring it up again because I also don't want to be hogging the bike here. But I'm not gonna bring it up again. But also with a Legends game, the brain immediately. They titled it Pokemon Legends Arceus, and they did the same thing with Let's Go. And I think when they did that with Let's Go, they were keeping the door open for the possibility that they might do future Let's Go games, depending on where basically I think Pokemon Go would be at this point.
Toby,
in time.
no way! They did it because there were 2 versions.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah,
but you could
you don't do that to leave it. No.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
And they had a little weird bit where Archer came into it, and there was sort of like a weird additional little bit of plot. I don't know. I think they left it pretty open ended. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're going to do that because I don't think Pokemon Go is has the selling power that it has anymore for bringing people into the main series. I'm just getting like a flat note from Greg here.
I just think the path for Let's Go was so clear. It was so obviously the Pokemon Go people who were primarily Gen 1 people who had just adopted the Switch, like trying to get those people into the games. I don't think it has anywhere near the same like curb appeal when you make it a Gen 2 game.
I agree, but I don't think that titling it in that way is not to help, like, to leave that door open if it were to be, like, let's say it was just like a phenomenal success that brought, let's say the sales of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were just off the charts in relationship to like how successful Pokemon Go was, and it really sold so well. I fully see a world where they were like, well, now we've got to do a Let's Go, like, you know, Pokemania, it still kind of works. Pokemon Legends Arceus, though, that was only one game, and I think the way they titled it, I just think it leaves the door open for that as a possibility, and I think that Johto is the game. Like, you could, I'm sure you can fan fiction and imagine it for every region, of course, but like the Johto region, Ekritique City, like Legends, it just fits so well. Too well for me to think it's not an option on the table. Right.
I think it is an option on the table.
Guys, I just gotta pause this for 1 second. Rescue Squad has just gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. So that's 10 new people who are now members of Hidden Power. This is honestly, that's a lot of money, man. Rescue Squad, thank you. I know you've been in part of the community for a while. This is incredible. Anyways, continue the conversation. I'm blown away. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rescue Squad. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. But no, I think Toby, I've always said exactly that the Legends, Pokemon Legends is its own font. Arceus was written in, so it's where they can change it. They can say Victini, they can say Celebi, they can do whatever they want. I don't know if it'll be soon. You know, like in the past, our remakes were one per console, right? You had Fire Red Leaf Green was Game Boy, HGSS was DS, 3DS had Oris, then Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl on the Switch. I would say that maybe now that'll be Legends games, and it'll be one Legends game per console, maybe. But that's also hope on my part.
Y'all are leaning really heavily into branding
That's
as
true.
a sign. Like there is no I have to brand all the things that I make for a living, and you put your brand in your brand font because it is your brand. And then after that, you change it to match the product. That is not a sign that they left anything open. They have a brand that they have to stick to, which is this hideous Pokemon font that they have used and are stuck with now for 30 years.
Man, that's actually a good point.
And something that leans into the style and history of the game that they put in, which is why Arceus is written in an old calligraphy style. Like, that's nothing. That is a brand font with a game hint.
That is very fair, Greg, but I really want a Legends game.
Hang on. But the Legends is not in a calligraphy style. The Legends subheading is part of the Pokemon logo.
I think there is something there, but I mean, Greg is making a good point. Like theoretically, they could make any sort of new type of game with any sort of branding, and then I think and then the point is that you would just adapt the Pokemon logo to whatever that would look like. I'm
just on serious copium. Like, don't even.
How can I prove him wrong? So
I want it.
Yeah.
I know.
Quick,
feed the is different than they've ever used in any other game before. So surely they're making another Heart Gold version. They're going to do another.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, confirmed.
Like
new Johto
Sorry,
games.
guys, I'm gonna dip. I don't have anything valuable to say. It's 1 a.m. and I'm old as shit. So I'll.
It's good to have you on, though, man.
Dude, thank you for being here, man. Thanks for popping in.
I have to go back. To work.
Happy holidays.
I'm out.
You too.
All right. See
Bye,
you.
Greg. Good to see you.
See you, Greg.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, buddy.
Have a happy holiday winter season.
Yeah. Bye.
Nice to meet you, dude. We won! It's a Legends game!
Yeah.
I think Toby was just waiting.
Toby's in there.
Toby's waiting.
I'll at least throw this out there, because I get asked this all the time in live streams. Oh, what do you think the next game is going to be? Honestly, I mean, I'd want a Legends game. Yeah, I don't think it's happening. It's
No.
gonna be some. They're gonna come up with some other name. They're gonna do this and
that
that.
is
Like,
true.
if anyone asks me, okay, but Pokemon Futures Kyurem, go ahead.
I think what's
Like,
exciting
and
though is
different type of gameplay.
I think it's the game. I think the gameplay is what people are actually gravitating towards, right? I think it doesn't need to be a Legends game. Legends really could be, like Greg is saying, specific to that old style, Hisui region. But whatever the new game is, you can brand it whatever you want. I think it's the gameplay. I think it's basically the separation here is a Legend style game is from the perspective of the trainer, where every other Pokemon game, I'm sorry, yeah, is that right? Yeah, where every other Pokemon game you kind of explore the world through your Pokemon, right? It's like the Pokemon is actually what matters. Where, in Legends your team can faint and you don't black out. Your trainer has to run away before you get attacked and then black out, right? So
yeah. I think to tie it all in a bow is just like you can never predict Game Freak. Like they us fans, we all try to like predict as much as we possibly can through like all of their patterns and whatever, but their patterns are just there is no pattern. There is nothing. It's just a bunch of wild we're going to do this time. We're going to try to do this and they've progressed to do that more, let's say, because back in the past they did it more patterned. But yeah, in the end, I'm just expecting the unexpected, to be honest.
Yeah.
There
And
is
anyway,
a
on that
degree
note-
to which. Oh no, please.
I was gonna say on that note, I'm also gonna do. Thank you so much
Okay.
for having me.
Yeah, man,
I've
thanks
been
for-
here for a bit, and I gotta get to
Bye,
things.
Gator.
But that's
Good
it.
to see
That's
you,
it.
man.
Pokemon Futures. Mark my words.
Pokemon.
I like
what
it.
would you call it?
Oh.
Pokemon Visions.
Visions.
like
that
it.
too. I think I threw that name around. Something like that.
I like that. Well, good to
anyway,
see you, man. Happy holidays.
Oh, yeah,
see you,
good to
Gator.
see y'all. Happy holidays.
I am gonna head out as well. It was lovely talking to you all.
It's great to see you.
Lovely meeting you.
Great to meet you.
Thank you for inviting me. I would love to be on again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We gotta get you down for your own episode.
Oh, I'd love that for sure. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
holidays.
Bye.
So we got another super chat by K-Mac again. Have the Legends Johto starters? Oh, so they're contributing. So have the Legends Johto. The game should have the Legends Johto starter be the scrapped ones from the Pokemon Gold and Silver beta. That's how you blow minds. Dr. Lava
Lava's gone.
left at the wrong time, but that's yeah.
It's okay, Dr. Lava. Hoops and I are here, and yes,
Yeah,
that's
so
the answer.
we got another. I do want to hear. Yeah, honestly, Hoops, I'm gonna direct this next question at you. So this is from Mr. Panda in our Discord, our secret Discord. Would you rather continue to get remakes, even if they are as bad as BDSP? That's a little bit of bias on their part, or have a $60 season pass DLC where you get smaller regions every month, few months, but could get the past Pokemon, so maybe something new like a Kitakami, maybe even a little bit bigger. Yeah. So basically, how would you envision or prefer remakes or returning to older regions in the future? Right. I think an extension of this could be like, do you want ports, as like a subscription, or do you want to actually outright buy stuff?
Right. Yeah. Between all of those different options, I would say I probably still want just like a full game, just because I mean I
That's
feel
the
like just
dream.
dedicating a whole like new remake or whatever to an existing region, I feel like that's obviously going to be the most fully fledged way to give that region the most justice. But I would also be totally down to sort of kind of do what they're doing in Scarlet and Violet, but just with like the actual like regions that we're familiar with. So like instead of Unova, Blueberry Academy, but it's like not really Unova that we know, just go straight up to Unova and like give us like a small little section or something. I would be totally down for that as well. But yeah, like I would prefer games, I think.
I agree. I really like that idea too of giving us sections that we are familiar with, because like at the end of the day, like Blueberry Academy, it's not a Unova we've been to, right? But I mean, it does look like we're gonna get a lot of references. Like there was like a very clear Chargestone Cave reference in that last trailer. But I do like. I mean, there's sections you can do, right? Like we can get a Sevi Islands DLC without us going to mainland Kanto. We could even like I think of that island for the post game of Sinnoh. You could do that as a DLC area, expand upon it. Of course, it's a little too small for DLC, but you know, you could section that. I like that idea a lot.
I do think about that pretty often about like, you know, we were talking about branding earlier. I feel like a specific Pokemon game or generation or region, like the Kanto region, that is in itself its own brand, right? That's home base. That's like OG Star Wars. That is the thing, the foundation of the franchise you don't mess up. And I think that's why we keep returning to Kanto without changes, right? The only change they really made was like literally the years following the success of it when they made the Gen 2 sequels, right? So I feel like part of me wants them to go back to Kanto in like a DLC or something, right? Or any region, because that's exciting. And the implication is that we can experience things from new perspectives. But I do worry that maybe, even though that's a good idea and it's exciting, maybe they don't want to touch it. Maybe they only want to present Kanto as Kanto was originally intended, and how people originally remember it, right? Because I don't know, I think about it all the time. Like new generations picking up and having access to a Kanto game allows them to have the same memories that we all shared 20 years ago or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, you could easily do. I mean, one of the biggest parts of Kanto, I think everyone in here may agree that the best version of Kanto was the Fire Red and Leaf Green version. So if that's the case, you could easily do DLC of the Sevi Islands, and a mini pocket open version like Kitakame of the Sevi Islands. Especially considering the fact that if it is DLC, they introduced Johto Mons there back in the day and stuff like that. So you could easily implement some of the other Mons in that DLC for another generation.
Yeah.
If it would be easier to do that than just because here's the thing, while Kanto is very versatile and being reintroduced, there is a problem with Kanto as a whole. Like, are you really going to remake Kanto one for one all over again for a brand new generation of kids? You know, because like there's a lot of people right now that I know that some people have problems with Sword and Shield and even Scarlet and Violet, but there's a lot of kids that will tell you right now that their favorite generations are Gen 8 and Gen 9.
Yeah.
So you have to also Game Freak has a very unique issue where they've extended a life cycle further than what they've ever expected. Like, obviously, once they hit a plateau of popularity, they were like, okay, we can kind of experiment a little bit with our further generations. But when you're implementing a continual release of an old region, you have to tailor it to the year that it's in. So 1996 Kanto works for us, but does it work for the new fans? Because you would have to still tie it in with a gimmick.
Yeah,
you know, even when
that
they
is a really
did
good point.
When they did Let's Go, they brought in the favorite gimmick. They brought in Mega Evolution. They didn't just give you Kanto one for one. They brought fairy types in, Alolan versions in, and also Mega Evolution. So it really wasn't like a one-to-one remake.
It's not a one-to-one remake, but you make a good point. But I think also like the core of the story is still there. The same characters are still there. It's still the same 8 gyms, right? It's still the same Elite Four, right? And that's the thing that like drives me insane as a player who's played Kanto so many times. I'm like, this surely would. It's like looking at an episode of Simpsons, right, and being like, why have they not changed any of their clothes in 30 years, right? It drives me insane because I'm like, I know the Pokemon universe is evolving, is changing, and time passes, but Brock is still a 10-year-old or whatever, right? Like, hey, Jake.
Well, he's not 10, but he's like 30, 40, somewhere around there, yeah, in the game sphere anyway.
40? Is he 40?
He's not 40, bro.
He looks 40. I mean, I don't know his actual age.
He's in his 20s max.
Yeah. But Jake, I'm kind of curious. I don't know. Do you have any insight on this conversation as someone who studies and pays attention to gaming as a whole? Like, what is the perspective? Actually, you did kind of say on our episode with you, your understanding or your appreciation for Kanto. But like gaming as a whole, how do people view Pokemon games right now? Or like what is the most iconic Pokemon experience in 2024?
Yeah, what a question. So I think like so much of the conversation right now is talking about whether or not we're going to see these black and white remakes, right? And that's because, you know, that's kind of just like where we are in the cycle. It's because of the hints, whatever. And I think like looking back and being somebody that is more in games as a whole than just Pokemon, I think a lot of people forget that there's a degree to which black and white were reviled. And like Yeah, and coming back now and kind of seeing how the image has been rehabilitated for those games, right? It's kind of like a funny thing to revisit. And I think when I look at it as a whole, from black and white to the games on 3DS, what I saw was that Pokemon became less about the gameplay experience and more about being a worldwide brand. That's why Pokemon X and Y are the first games to get a worldwide release. And I think like the ways in which X and Y really fed into nostalgia, brought up old Pokemon, things like that, like the Mega Evolutions, like made all of this a really big deal. I do think that like there's something to all of those elements, right? And so now it's like, okay, Pokemon's been doing this thing for years and years and years that is about being the brand more than it is about being the games. And I think that's how you get a game like Scarlet and Violet to a degree. So now it's like, okay, can in modern Pokemon, where it is about being this worldwide brand, can we go back? Can we go back to this game that was not about nostalgia, that was not about you know what I mean? Can we go back to this world? And what does that look like now? I think that's really interesting. On the flip side, I think that something that nobody really thinks is going to happen, that because I'm like a complete psychopath, do, is that I think there is a chance that we get like an action combat Pokemon game. I do think there is a chance.
That makes
With
sense.
us as the Pokemon.
And yeah, I kind of do think that's it. No, I kind of, and let me tell you why, really quick. I think
he's gonna talk about Nickelodeon.
Yeah, right. I think people sometimes underestimate the degree to which like Game Freak and Pokemon live in and exist in a world where there are other video games and are inspired by them. I think for sure Breath of the Wild played a role in where Pokemon went. For sure. And I got to tell you, just like in Japan, knowing what games, what franchises are a big deal over there, I could totally see a world in which somebody from Pokemon goes, you know what, Final Fantasy VII Remake, what they did in that combat system, the way they took this old turn-based game, made it more action combat, that inspired us to kind of look at this, do maybe like and I say this with love.
Legends seems like a step in that direction.
I say this with love, I think like a baby version of that. I could totally see that happening. And a part of me thinks that like you play as the Pokemon, that is like a hook in this thing, kind of like Soul is saying. A part of me thinks that's why we haven't seen a Mystery Dungeon game in a while, because they're holding on to that as a marketing point where you do play as the Pokemon in those games. So I think it's more likely than people think. Yeah.
Okay.
So to your point on that, Jake, it is interesting you bring that up, because during the time of Pokemon's creation, a lot of their inspiration came from Dragon Quest. Like a lot of the creators were very big and very, very excited about Dragon Quest. I mean, and they all came up during that turn-based RPG phase, early Final Fantasy, early Zelda. You know, if we're gonna go ahead, and this might be an interesting cue for you too, Jake, on this subject, since we play other games as well. Wouldn't it be interesting, since they've been outsourcing their games to like Ilka, if they're gonna do an action game, why not outsource it to a studio like Platinum Games? Like Platinum would be a great one to be able to implement a hack and slash adventure or something.
What has Platinum done?
Related.
I don't know.
Yeah, Platinum would be great. So, but I don't know if they're willing to do something like that, simply because of the fact that, like you said, if they do it, it would be a baby version, because it would. One of the other drawbacks of this, and a lot of complaints about Legends Arceus was the fact that they changed the battle system, or they didn't really have enough of an inclusion of it in the game. So that really ostracized a lot of competitive players, which is another thing Pokemon has to consider that other franchises don't. Like when Final Fantasy transferred over from turn-based to action,
sure,
they were just dealing with the fact of, all right, or our old fan base is going to like this new combat system or not. Whereas with Pokemon fans, when you implement a brand new game, and this is the game for this year for that series, the question that becomes, all right, is competitive involved? Yes or no? All right, if it is, then how does competitive play a role in this version's rollout of this game? And that will really absolutely divide the fan base, because competitive Pokemon is massive.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lumi, I would love your insight on that.
It's going to be very ostracizing for a lot of long-term Pokemon players that play competitive heavily. You know, so that's one of the main problems with that change.
I also think really quick it would be Bandai Namco. That would be my pick. You know, they're out here doing Pokken. They're
we
out
all
here
want
working.
that. We all want that.
Absolutely
yeah.
be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I have to go, guys.
Lumi's crashed.
Suba, it's great to see you, man.
Lumi cracked because Jake said they're changing the battle system.
yeah.
Flat out.
He literally did.
Guys.
Lumi, yeah, Suba, great to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Bye.
I don't know who else has experience with competitive Pokemon. I know Lumi does, but I feel like I don't think at this point they want to mess with the core of what Pokemon is. I think there's too many like consistent through lines that they can guarantee, right? I feel like with every new Pokemon release, they're calculating what variables, right? What controls versus the variables that they want to like play with. You know, when you know, I don't know. It's like the battling is so core to that, and it also needs to be accessible. So, and I think it being turn-based also allows, I don't know, it also allows a lot of people, even if they're not good at games, but they like Pokemon, to enjoy it, right? I feel like if the main series Pokemon games become action RPGs, then all of a sudden there's a different level of, not difficulty, but it's a different type of game, right?
Well, it's a completely different skill set. So
Yeah.
like think about first person shooters like COD or even Pokken Tournament. It's a totally different skill set to be able to put in the commands quick enough, you know, quicker than your opponent, versus knowing what type matchups and what moves and what held items. Those are two completely different skill sets, and the meta players who right now are playing Pokemon competitively may not necessarily be able to transfer over to an action type of game like Pokken Tournament. You know, the people who are the same reason why people who are playing the TCG aren't playing Pokken Tournament.
I think
you know?
I think if we do get an
That's
action
kinda-
RPG, it's going to be a different game.
That's
It-
kind
it
of
would
what
have
happened.
It would have to be a side experiment like Legends.
Yeah.
But to Jake's point, though, they can look at other popular action, not action related, those are turn based, but like for example, Jake, imagine a Pokemon Persona game, like in the combat style of Persona. Or even if we go back even further, I don't know how versed you are with this, but when the original creator of Final Fantasy left, they did Lost Odyssey. Like something of that nature would elevate the status of the turn based. So then you are experimenting with the concept of, all right, it's still turn based, but here is now a new version of this. Like, and for example, they tried this a little bit with rotation battles in Black and White 2. That was a popular feature.
Sure. That honestly is like a pretty,
you know,
that was a really big change, honestly. I mean, it was optional, so it didn't really impact anything, but that really was a big change.
But I even feel like
So they need
raids
to
in the
experiment with
current the raids in the current game, I even feel like that's a vestige of a future plan for things to be more action based, to be honest with you, because I don't understand raids as they currently are. I don't know. It doesn't speak to me, but I do see that as like oh man, if I've got like a group of boys together, we're running multiplayer, there's a big boy in the middle, we're running around him doing attacks, kind of like I don't know, like Star Ocean. Does anybody Xenoblade, like, you know, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like I could I could see that.
I think I've only played Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
We got some new super chats by Determined. They're mentioning Pokemon MMO, which we actually talked about for like a half hour.
Kind of talking about that, yeah.
but I mean that's a whole nother conversation. But and then they also write action based should be Game Freak's mainstay spinoff. But I'm like, they failed with Pokemon Tournament. Isn't that what that is?
Man, I love that game too. Such a bummer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It did
Not fail.
with
Fail's
Pokemon
kind of
Tournament
tough.
in terms of fighting fans, though.
Yeah.
Fighting fans had that in tournaments for years. It's only been
Sure.
recently that they took it out.
Yeah.
So it's been popular. It's just not popular with Pokemon fans.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a difference.
Yeah, but that's who they're appealing to, right? So I mean, I do want to talk about Indigo Disc a little bit, but I also just want to point out, like, Soul. I mean, Lumi's not here, but this is accidentally like our Hidden Power Calm Mind episode.
Oh yeah,
Ron and Toby are here. I didn't even realize
me
that.
and
Jeff
Ron
pointed
haven't
that out.
spoken yet on this podcast, and as long as that continues to be the case, it's not a crossover.
Perfect.
What do you think about that, Ron?
As long as I'm directly talking to you, Dusty,
I knew it.
it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Poor Lumi lost his internet, so he's trying to come back. But
yeah, but I'm
broken. Jake, why action, man? You just killed his internet. Lumi lives for competitive. You just destroyed his mind. His entire
Lumi would
connection,
be
everything.
yapping right now about. Oh, here he
There
is.
you go. Oh,
There he goes.
Here he is.
Actually, it needs to be. The Terra thing is so good for competitive. Lumi, do you have any opinions on action-based Pokemon games? Welcome back.
he doesn't want them. I'll tell you right now.
He froze again.
First off, my
He's so
apologies, my
mad right
internet
now.
just crashed.
He's so mad.
But I was pretty livid. I'm texting. I would have a text where I was texting them, dude. I cannot believe this is happening right now. But no, what was the question?
The conversation is: do you think Pokemon main series games should implement some sort of action RPG mechanic or shift the battle format, the battle, battles, whatever you want to call it, for some action elements?
But I would say that would work really well as like you know how Pokemon has always experimented with like these extra things, contests, battle royals. Make it one of those things, and if you want to, even give it its own like competitive circuit, whatever. I'm fine with that.
Dude, that's
But
true. Yeah.
Don't touch the original battles. Just do it in addition to, right? Like Unite is not taking the place of VGC. Go is not taking the place. We're not implementing Go battles into, it's. I say make it an addition, not don't replace.
I think that's a good idea to
Pokemon
implement
Go
it
has
with like
its own
contests or
competitive
something.
league, So,
Lumi, I have a question. How would you feel about a battle tower in Generation 10, but it's only action based?
It's only action. I mean, I do think there should be a facility for this new feature, so that would be nice. But there needs to also be a battle tower for me.
Can I tell you really quick, just philosophically, why I like this action thing? I've always thought that there was this idea in Pokemon that you don't need to be a Gary. You don't need to have like the super trained, best, competitively ready guy. And I like the idea of just skill alone, dude. I'm Psyduck, but I'm amazing on the sticks. You can't stop me. That to me. Like when people do those Dark Souls runs and they're like, I'm doing it naked, baby. It's like I want to do that, but in a Pokemon game. I want to be like, I'm just It
would.
So it is skill based. It is so Jake, you're saying like it is skill based. It would be skill based, but you could use any Pokemon, basically allowing your Psyduck, right, like an NU Pokemon, to actually be as good as a Mega Charizard X or whatever, right?
That's right, dude. I'm just dodging. I'm parrying. I'm just too good. You just can't stop me.
I do actually kind of like that because my understanding has always been like Pokemon competitive. Obviously, there's a ton of like there's a lot of competition behind it and there's a lot of strategy, but also there's that RNG element that makes it akin to like a Mario Kart where anyone can pick up, anyone can play, and you could still win with some hacks, right? Anyways, well, let's move on. I want to hear from Hoops some more. I want to hear from Hoops some more about what you're most excited about for this week playing the Indigo Disc for the first time. What are you excited about?
Guys, before you jump into this, I got to get going, but it was
Sounds
so much
good, man.
fun to be here, getting back to work. Good. I love you all. Good luck with the pod. Good luck with everything else. Have a happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah, man. Good to see you. Happy holidays.
Jake.
Cool.
Okay, so what I am most excited about, I mean, first of all, is just to like be able to play new Pokemon. I think we're all in unison with that because I've been thinking, I'm like, man, like with all the work and stuff I do, I don't play games that often anymore. But Pokemon is one I have to play, and so it's like it forces me to like stop and just enjoy a new game. So I'm excited about that. As far as just like the content though, I am just like super excited to see how all of this comes together because I think Scarlet and Violet have one of like the best like plotline stories in all of Pokemon. They did a really good job with like all the unanswered questions and stuff like that they're now answering in the DLC, which is cool. And then they're bringing in like all this Unova stuff to blend into it. I just think they've made a really good like perfect storm of elements, and so I'm excited to see how that plays out. And I'm super impressed with like all of that going on, that they're also adding in all of these like new features like the sync Pokemon stuff, and then you've got all of the legendaries that they're actually like sort of making a story with like the way you catch them with the whole like Snacksworth stuff, and it sounds like he might like give us some lore bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, I think we are.
I'm super impressed with like the content they're giving us, and then like also like the plot line story elements. So I am just like loving what I'm seeing, and I'm just excited to dive in.
Heck yeah. Feel that.
So
a lot.
What about you? What about you, Kenway?
I over the past 9 or 10 months or so, I've been trying to build a shiny living dex, and I was really excited to find out that like Solgaleo and Lunala couldn't be shiny in Gen 7, but they could in the raids in Gen 8. When I saw Glastrier and Spectrier in the Indigo Disc DLC, I'm really hoping, and I read this somewhere on Twitter, that Glastrier and Spectrier and all the legendaries are going to be shiny unlocked. And I've also read that they're going to be shiny locked, so I don't know. I'm really hoping that they're going to be shiny unlocked because you can't get them shiny in Gen 8. And, of course, they weren't given away as shinies in Gen 8. My main goal for Indigo Disc, honestly, is getting those two horses as shiny. Because other than that, I've got everything else in Gen 8
You'd be
shiny.
able to get Kubfu as well.
I really hope so.
If that's the case.
It's not confirmed. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are just like, yes, that's happening, but no,
Like,
it's not. There's nothing that says that is happening, other than it's a likely case because they are apparently you can go hunt those Pokemon. So
Well, and in the
shouldn't you shiny hunt
past,
them?
these kinds of things made them shiny eligible. So you would think but it's Game Freak. So we'll see.
That's what I'm saying is like for the last few generations, the box art legendary and the special legendaries, they aren't shiny in the generation they debuted in, like Lunala and Solgaleo, but in the very next generation than they are. That's why I'm saying I'm hoping that the Gen 8 legendaries are going to be shiny available in Gen 9. Other than that, I'm really excited to see. I don't know if we're able to talk about it, but the Diplin thing, I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like because Lumi and Soul and Dusty, you guys have got me really excited about that watching the last couple of videos.
Oh boy.
But I'm ready.
Oh.
Cup of Phoebe.
Hey.
Yikes.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. How you doing? What are your holiday plans? Other than being a cat mom.
I mean, it's mostly just being a cat mom, to be honest.
Scooping poop.
Fair
Nice.
though too.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, all the poops.
He needs to poop more. We're watching him like poop. We just want to make sure you're healthy.
yeah. What are you, Phoebe? What are you excited for with the DLC?
Everything, I guess. I don't know. Honestly,
Really?
I haven't had much time to think about it. My current plan is just dive in, play as much as I can, and then hope that I can make a video out of whatever is in there.
Yeah. You keeping your eyes peeled for like a new type of Pokemon that you can spin off into some new designs?
Obviously, I want a new Blood Moon form, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's not looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Nice to officially meet you, Phoebe. I know they've
Yeah.
been in passing.
Oh yeah, these are the other hidden power guys.
The two with the Santa hats.
Yeah.
I'm also wearing a Santa hat, but I obviously can't be on screen at the moment. But
Apparently there's a way.
There is a way. There's supposed to be a way. But Ron, what are you excited about for the DLC?
So DLCs in the past, well, I guess there's only been 3, but all of them have been, I think, my favorite experiences, like just playing Pokemon or like modern Pokemon. Like for example, like Crown Tundra is just like I think just my favorite Pokemon experience for some reason. And so I'm just excited for just the vibe, just like that weekend of just having probably another experience like that, just having the best time of my life, but also, just like for example, in previous, like in Isle of Armor, my favorite part was making a new team. Like I played it by catching all the new Pokemon and like slowly building a new team and taking on all the trainers, and it was like actually challenging because the Pokemon were on the same level or lower, and definitely not like IV trained or whatever because they just were new. So it was very fun, and I'm gonna try to do something similar, but the battles in in Indigo Disc are going to be way tougher, so I may not be able to do that.
Oh yeah, and
So
they're
I
all
don't know if
double
I'm gonna-
battles too, right?
Exactly. So I'm gonna have to use like my main team maybe, and even then that may be too tough. But we'll see. So I don't know if that's gonna be doable, like catching it, making a new team. So the other thing that I'm looking forward to is like the interiors.
Sure.
like so Gen 9
The
barely has
interiors.
barely has any interiors, and I think the Indigo Disc will probably be the best looking interior in all of
And all
Gen
of
9.
Pokemon. Have all
Yeah,
the
no,
time.
no.
Yeah.
Well, it will probably
Look
be in
at
all of Pokemon.
look at
like,
the chair.
like for like a big part of why I love Generation 7, for example, is because of it was
You could
probably the
sit
most
on
polished.
benches.
Well, that you can go in, you can do the little stuff.
That was
like-
Gen 6.
Yeah, but like the little stuff, like not specifically like lying down on beds or whatever, but the fact that every room in every house was different.
Yeah.
Like even like Let's Go, which was beautiful, like the art style was very nice, but like for example, the interiors were not like different from each other that much. And same thing for like BDSP, like
Yeah.
they did not update any of the interiors. It was just like Gen 4, where it's just like boring. But like Gen 7,
That's
the
true.
interiors.
In a more like immersive game, that really does like hurt the experience, right?
Just polished, like Gen 9 is not polished, so just the illusion that it is polished would be very cool.
It's funny, like going into Gen 9, I was watching back some of our videos, just like speculating what Gen 9 was going to be like. And we were all like, it's going to be a polish of Gen 8. And then it came out and it was like the bare bones of an open world game. And now I'm like, okay, they have to polish this.
Because each
like,
time
going forward.
they're doing something new.
Yeah.
So it's when they have two generations that are relatively similar, like Gen 6 to 7 or Gen 4 to 5, then the second one is always a polished version of the previous one.
Sure.
But they just the last two generations they have been new. They've been steps in the in the future
Yeah.
direction without just settling and iterating.
Gen 2, baby.
hopefully-
I mean, Gen 10, baby. That's awesome.
Gen 2.
Gen 2, baby.
Dusty's heart lies with Johto.
Should have senile moment. Sorry, guys.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the phrase, the illusion of it being polished, because that was amazing.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because it'll I want it, because for example Kitakami, while I liked it a lot, it felt like more Scarlet Violet. It didn't feel like the next step, like how Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor felt like the next step. It felt like a step beyond Sword and Shield. While Indigo Disc may feel like a next step because of the interiors, just because of how it looks.
Yeah.
Or there
And,
actually will be interiors.
Yeah. On that, like, too, that's something that I think the game kind of suffered from with open world, was that I feel like just a lot of the areas were kind of bland. Like, the cities were really good. And, of course, there's areas like that north east part of Paldea is gorgeous, with the bamboo and all. But, like, then Kitakami, because it's a smaller area, I felt like that had more life to it than a lot of the areas of Scarlet Violet. And it looks like Blueberry Academy is going to be the same way. And so there's like a part of me that's like, if these are the areas that we're going to get from open world, let's go back to linear Pokemon. That's my take, at least.
I just want the locations to be thought out instead of just.
This is it. Like the thing is, Kitakami is open world. Like it's a smaller map because
that's what I like.
a lot of consideration has gone into that space. It's more fun to traverse that space than it is an entire big empty Paldea. And I just think it's a case of
as is the
more,
Alabama and the Crown Tundra, like
right,
because
yeah.
it's smaller, they're more focused.
More thought and time going in. Like what Paldea should be is lots of different Kitakami-esque areas stitched together in a way that makes sense. And so every area that's how open world games are interesting.
Yeah.
But when there's not, it's okay.
It's just flat. It's open. It's too big. Yeah. I mean, that's great that you guys should just exchange some thoughts, because now it is a calm mind, hidden power episode.
Oh, I've never been so uncalm. Oh.
This is the reunion episode. All right. Drogame, what are you excited for? Or Toby, did I even ask you? Yeah.
We have 3 Pokemon lore YouTubers in here, and none of y'all said the lore. Of course, it's going to be the lore for me.
Yeah.
Like that. Like this is arguably. I know there's a lot of complaints about Scarlet and Violet's performance, and people didn't get everything they wanted out of the game from exploration. But let's keep it real. Area 0 is by far the most interesting lore aspect of Pokemon we've ever gotten. Like, in my honest opinion, maybe secondary to Alola's Ultra Beasts and Ultra Wormholes and stuff like that. But outside of that, this is by mysticful place. The community has never been more divided on so many different issues regarding it. Getting some answers to it, even if they don't answer everything, is by far my most biggest excitement out of this DLC. Everything else is already there, like the Pokemon, the battles, all that's there. For me, it's like, how are you wrapping this up? Because if you wrap it up wrong, that's going to be a problem. But if you wrap it up well and you leave some things unanswered for us to talk about later, you know, or debate over, I think that that's a good medium, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, what's up with Terapagos? What's up with Thief? What's up with the professors? Are they going to swap in versions? Are some fan theories going to be true? Like, there's so many things to look forward to with the story aspect of this game. That's what I'm excited for. And just like last time, Lumi and Soul and Dusty, I'm definitely beating it for you. Let's be fair. Okay.
You definitely will, yeah.
Definitely.
I'm sure you will.
Can I say something? So, I think this is part of the negative aspects of like Pokemon being my job, where all the big stuff, like for example, new lore, things that will shake up the community or shake up just videos that I have to potentially make, those aren't a positive thing for me. Where it's like, oh, now I have to talk about this, or now I have to think about this, or now I have to like, or I have to just see other people talk about it while I'm not talking about it, and it just feels like I'm not progressing in my channel in some way because I'm not doing what other people are doing.
That is I gotta say, that's the worst feeling, where like I'm just busy that day and I have an idea and someone makes it before me.
Exactly.
Or
So
I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Like I don't know.
I know I'm not gonna fully utilize it, and that just makes me sad because it's just like I should be. And then I just and then I'm not enjoying it as much. So like if I wasn't a PokeTuber, I would just be playing it. I wouldn't have to worry about like, oh,
jealous of Toby.
Yeah, being jealous. Oh wow, Toby got a lot of like 100,000 views for like just talking about that. Where like, I could have talked about that, but like I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And like,
I think the DLC is definitely better for that because there's almost less to talk about, right?
Or like for example, like I know like Phoebe is probably gonna make a video like with like designs based on something that is gonna be revealed soon in the DLC. Well, I'm not probably gonna do that. Even if I do, it'll be in like 4 months or something, and it's just, I'm not gonna fully utilize it.
No, that's a really
something that no one else does too that does really well though.
I
just have everything. That's very true.
It's never revolving around some like the new Pokemon thing though.
I definitely try to remind myself about that. It's like, I just stay in your lane, right? Like I don't need to make 100 hints that you didn't see in the trailer. Like I'm just not gonna make that. So if I tell myself I'm not gonna make that, then I can't get upset, and I can just enjoy Toby's video.
But then here's the trade-off, right? Is that like for me, the bit I'm looking forward to the most about the DLC is it being over, which is like obviously I'm in a weird position right now where it's just kind of like I just want to wrap up work, and that's what Pokemon has become for me. I love it still. But at this point, I'm wrapping up in 20 days. Like, I want to do the DLC. It's a good way to go out. And I do have some mysteries I want to explore. Whereas the trade-off, Ron, is that you play at a pace and make content at a pace, which means you enjoy the games. So I'm way more excited for whatever comes next, because whatever comes next year, I'll watch the opening trailer and then nothing else. And I'll play it, and it could take me months. And that's going to be peak. That's going to be amazing.
That's going to be nice.
That can bring me back,
It's going to be a fan again. That's going to be a great feeling.
I'm well stoked for that. For this one, though, I think with the lore aspect, Pokemon's been telling a pretty similar story for the last couple generations about a space dragon whose rock body transforms the Pokemon of the local region because of an event several thousand years ago. They've been telling that story like pretty repetitively, but I think I believe that I have reasons that this is going to be the last of those. At least for the foreseeable future. I think the last couple generations are kind of all interconnected, and the Generation 10 could be a real pivot point for the franchise. And so I'm kind of excited to just see if there's any little nods to that idea that this is the last time in the DLC, and that, okay, we get ready, get excited, because what it's all been building to, the last 5 generations, we're about to kind of finally see what it all comes to. And if we're not, then good luck, guys, because we've got this same story for the next 20 years.
Fair, Toby. I think you're right about that, because Terapagos, comparatively to the other ones, has a lot more lore around it than, shall we say, Eternatus. So
yeah, definitely.
I think factually speaking on that, it's not obviously confirmed, and Game Freak never likes to confirm anything, but I do believe that is definitely a factor, because Terapagos' lore has been very rich and heavy. and it's definitely leaning in that direction that you specified.
And they have been focusing on it as well.
Toby, do you think this generation would be the last one, or Gen 10 would be like the culmination?
It could be Gen 10. Truly, I won't know till 11. Like until we get to that point. But
that's how I'm feeling as well. I don't know. Gen 10 would be a good I don't know, reboot, if that's the right way to say it.
Yeah, I think the reboot makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like a fresh start where they maybe I said earlier, like they don't want to like change up too many things. They they have the same formula that people are familiar with, but maybe this is the time to softly reboot it, but it's still, there'll still be familiar elements, and they've done versions of reboots in the past.
With Gen 10, that's gonna. My assumption is, as well as falling on the 30th, is that it will fall on the new console. And there is a lot of pressure, I think, to make it like a really standout moment in the franchise. In fact, until the 50th anniversary, it's probably the last big anniversary. So there's a lot of power in this kind of moment for them. And I think if they just treat it as like, it's just the next generation, it's just normal, that says an awful lot about their intention going forward for the next 20 years. And so my hope is that, it's an opportunity. But then what that means is everything between now and 2026 probably will play it a little bit more safe and just kind of be like not the laziest way they can make stuff, but like, I think they're going to be putting a lot of eggs into that basket. And so naturally, like, if it is more Ilka games, or if it is more like legend stuff, reusing old assets and not being overly adventurous, that to me makes kind of sense. And like not doing big new stories, I think that is all safe for 2026. But I might be totally wrong on all of that. Who knows?
I think the safe bet for how they can promote this game is that, one, it's like an actual it's a polished, we were talking about a polished open world Pokemon game, and then also it's likely to be the first Pokemon game on a new console, right? So those are two really safe bets that don't really have to do with them switching up anything. Anything extra is really going to be, I don't know. They really could do a lot of things.
You just said that Game Freak's marketing should be, hey guys, it's polished this time. Please
I guess
buy it.
that's not gonna be their marketing, I guess, but it's just gonna be like a better, by default, a better experience. Kind of what they did with Sun and Moon.
Honestly, maybe they should do that.
Yeah, right.
What up, Hybrid?
Yeah, Hybrid's in the chat, or he's in the stream.
Popped in.
Not sure if he can talk right now.
I'm at work. I just popped
right.
in to say hi because you asked Dusty.
Dude, I appreciate you being here. Yeah.
Just to say hi because you asked. I love it.
That honestly means a lot, man. Yeah. If you have time, we'd love to hear about your holiday plans. If not, you can just pop back on mute. No
holiday
pressure.
Plans. What holiday plans, bro? I don't know. My girlfriend's going to San Francisco. She's leaving me alone.
Oh no.
That's a blue Christmas.
That's too bad.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Blue Christmas.
Play Elvis on repeat.
It'll be Indigo Disc.
That makes sense.
Oh, that works.
Indigo Disc, Blue Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll be on mute. I'll hop in every now and then, but you guys can.
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phoebe, have you told us what you're? Yeah.
I just gotta say really quick. I've got to head out because
that's fine. Man.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did.
Bye, Hoops. I just saw you, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Hybrid. Love you guys. See you later.
See you, man.
Bye.
Have a good holidays.
Happy holidays.
Man, do you guys think Jacques is still evil?
Oh, come on, bro! Don't do this to me. I'm so sad.
That's Hybrid's biggest theory.
I will say that I'm tired of seeing everyone say Kieran is evil. He's just going to be the antagonist, but he's not going to be evil.
I don't think he's evil. I just want to punch him in the face.
It's just shorthand, isn't it? Like, oh, that so and so's evil. So and so's evil. It's no one. I don't think there's a. Is there any characters in Pokemon other than like Volo who's actually potentially like
evil?
Well,
there's the evil team members. Yeah.
I definitely would say.
I don't think the kid's
gonna
be there.
Far Lysander, without a question.
Like so you could say, like, when people are like, oh, Sidon and Chura are really evil. They're not actually saying evil. It's the same way that, and I get real particular about this. Back when we were all saying, oh, Sinnoh remakes, and then BDSP came out, and people were like, well, everyone said they wanted Sinnoh remakes, and you got Sinnoh remakes, so what's the problem? And it was like, okay, but when we were saying it, what we meant was something a little bit more like, say, Oras or whatever we come to expect.
Yeah.
And it's this linguistic thing where it's like people take it quite literally, and I'm like, Sander and
To
Churro
your
were
point-
evil, but they're not evil. They're just the villain. I don't know. They're the
Yeah, no,
antagonists.
I'm with you.
Lysander wasn't evil. I mean, he tried to kill a couple billion people. Is that really that bad?
Well, but here's the thing though. Toby is right. They learned their lesson because up until Gen 6, it was pretty much like the villains were obvious and villains.
Yeah.
Especially Nexus and Lysander, right? There's no denying that I would argue Lysander is probably the most evil villain of the series, specifically because of what he wanted to do. Okay, but after that, you could argue that every other antagonist is misunderstood. Like you can see their vision
Sure.
and you can see what they're trying to do.
Because they
But
made him
become
complex.
the
They
villain.
humanized a lot of them, right?
Yeah, they become the villain because of what they're doing, like Lusamine, Rose,
Yeah.
for example. They become villains because of what they're doing, not so much because they desire to be the trolling mustache guy in the background. Where Volo was just that return to normal. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to destroy everything because I can and because I want to. Like that's pretty much that. Like, you know.
Facts. Did you
Yeah,
guys
going
see?
back to Kieran, I would just say like I don't think that he's evil. I think that there's this whole thing going around that he's like, you know, really under some terrible influence of something evil, and it's just no, he just hates us, I think, and just wants to be the best. He's just like a really good rival. I think that's what we're getting at here.
Yeah.
So
But so do you even think Sala and Turo are evil? Like actually, because at the end of the game, even the AI professors are like, "Yo, what's going on? Why did they go this far?" Like they're not even sure about their motives.
I've never thought that they were evil.
Yeah,
they're just
I've never-
mad
I don't think I've
professors.
heard that.
Yeah,
I've,
they're
I've
mad
never heard that
scientists,
either.
yeah.
I think they're just mad professors,
They're like
mad
Colress.
scientists that wanted to really make their dream a reality, and that's kind of it. For
I
lack
mean,
of better,
no different than
way to say
Lusamine,
it.
really. Like Lusamine kind of had a more relatable motive.
I mean, she was a bad
because
mother.
her husband and all, but like she wasn't. Yeah, she was,
She was
a
an
horrible
abusive
mother, but she
yeah,
wasn't.
she wasn't a
evil.
villain, but she was an abusive parent.
Sure.
I think
Yeah.
with Kieran too, you do have to say like, I don't know if you guys watched Kayla's video on like his personality, but the kid is like really selfish and kind of a. He's not evil, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. He's not.
He's an
in a-
angsty teen.
I wish
Yeah.
I wish
Teenager,
Greg was
yeah.
still here because Greg hates the storyline because specifically the game doesn't actually give you an option to not bully the kid, right? So he basically
You don't. Saying bully is a gross exaggeration.
but it
of
kind of
what we
is.
do to him.
Maybe not bully. I think the sister
We
bullies.
keep a secret from him. The
I don't know,
sister does bully.
but it is
yeah.
weird
Yeah,
though
we
because
don't.
I wouldn't want to make that choice, right? That is weird. That is weird. Like
think we
Pokemon has always done that. Do you want to join Team Rocket? You go yes, and they go, oh no, you're not allowed. You have to
But
say
do
no.
you really want to join Team Rocket? They
You're like
keep doing
yes,
it
yeah,
till
and
click no.
yeah, the menu loop.
You said the illusion of a posh game earlier, True Green. This is the illusion of choice.
Yes, exactly.
In regards to the professors, though, I mean, going back to people saying that they're evil, it is an exaggeration. But their concept was, again, like Lumi brought out, was very similar to Lusamine. Their objective was to create a paradise with past or future Paradox Pokemon in the crater, where with Arvin essentially, because remember Arvin was involved heavily with that until later on, where he just the professor that of choice of whatever game you're playing and just kind of abandoned him and just really focused into their work. So with that concept in mind, the paradise for them was the intermingling of past forms with present or future forms with present. That was their context. So they became so obsessed with that idea that the rationale of humanity went out the window, which is why supposedly people have theorized that the counterpart professor from the other game would be the assistant that left and is also the other parent of Arvin. That's the reason for it, is that they've lost their minds. You know, that's not an unrealistic story, but that doesn't make them evil. It just makes them obsessed with
I mean
power.
that one professor, the one that died like trying to save a Pokemon. So you know, it's not like
Correct,
they're
yeah.
not like they're evil. But anyway,
I'm hoping that we get some more insight into, because I feel like we
Yeah.
don't know them all too well. Like
I don't think they're going back to them really. I don't think so, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'm
I mean, I feel
losing-
like they
I'll be
tried to
honest.
wrap up Arvin's thing.
I'm losing hope.
Yeah.
in this
I
being
don't
like
think they fully wrapped up Arvin's thing, because he's even kind of left, like he has this line of dialogue at the end where Like Nimona, is organizing the Academy Ace tournament. Penny works for the Pokemon League, and he literally says something along the lines of like, "Great, everybody has something except for me." And I feel like they're going to touch on that. Now, I don't think he'll be important to the story, but I think there'll be like, a little side thing we could do, like on the same scale as like the what are they, the Glitterati, whatever, those people, you not relevant to the story, but like a side thing you can do. Yeah, they were great.
A lot of people hated them. I love them.
I thought they were great.
Kind
you
of
talking
genius.
Are you talking about the couple?
The Glitterati, the popular, the famous
The
people,
rich
that
people?
everyone says are Nimona's parents, even though there's no evidence for that.
So over the top. It just got me.
Yeah, I don't know why people thought that they were Nimona's parents. They're like Lumi said, there's nothing there that suggests that, other than her parents being rich.
Yeah,
Silly, like trying to figure out data mine content and putting it in context of the game.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
It was just as like, it was only based off the fact like Nimona's parents are rich. This is a man and a woman who are rich. They must be Nimona's parents, and that was all the logic that like people needed.
Some of us have to pay the bills.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Wait, did you make something on it? Did you? I didn't even know. Sorry,
it was a minor point in there.
I wasn't calling you out or anything.
No, I didn't know you did either, Toby. I missed that.
Yeah, because you don't watch my videos. You think they're rubbish. I get it.
Oh, that's not true. You know that.
I want to ask, because you guys probably already talked about this, but I'm gonna ask and then mute because I gotta get back to work. But how is everyone feeling in terms of like story and lore for the Indigo Disc? Do you guys think it's gonna like wrap up everything, or it's gonna be like they give us a piece and they don't give us the rest, and we're gonna be left unfulfilled? What's everyone's take on that?
Go ahead, Soul.
Okay. I'll just wrap it up as well with what Ron was saying before too. Like, I am very excited about this DLC in general. Like, I think that it will. Maybe I'm hyping myself up too much, but I think it'll be on par with the Crown Tundra, and like just that whole feeling that it's giving off is the same kind of like, it's independent of the rest of it, but also connected story wise. I think the lore, I think they won't give all the answers. I cannot see in any media ever where they just give all the answers to all the mysteries. That's just not a thing.
Even past games, there wasn't really, there's always mysteries. I mean, that's how, Toby, you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
That's kind of how those channels get to exist, is by them not answering everything.
Yeah. So I think they'll leave a lot, and then, but they'll still probably answer a good bit as well, especially about, the hidden treasure, the crystals, Area Zero stuff. So that's what I'm about.
I think the Paldea kind of native mysteries will get solved. Like if there's, I don't know, anything Gita or Penny or Arven that feels like it's not been touched upon, or Briar or whatever, like that stuff will come to a close. But I do think there will be, especially if I'm right about this idea that they're going to be now building into kind of tying the mythoses together a little bit. If that is to be the case, there will be a new big question introduced, which will be like, okay, so if this is how this works, that's fine, but then what about new mystery? And like it'll kind of, that'll be the overarching thing that we'll want answered next year or the year after or whatever.
It would be cool if whatever's next year's game is that they would connect them, but it's it's a pipe dream a little bit. You were gonna say something, Kedway, or?
Yeah, no. So I agree with you, but for different reasons. And similar to what Toby was talking about. Given that there's a very strong likelihood that Gen 10 is going to get pushed back to 2026 for the 30th anniversary and for the Switch successor, I think there's a very strong possibility that, like Toby said, some of the answers or some of the questions are going to get answered in the Indigo Disc, but a handful of questions may not get answered. Specifically because I personally believe that and this may not happen, but a second set of DLC would be a great way to push, or not to push, to keep Scarlet, Violet, and Pokemon in everybody's minds, to kind of give Game Freak another year to work. Because like they've released something, they've done something every year since Black and White 2. I think I recently researched it. I think it's since Black and White 2, something's come out every year. whether it's a remake or a third version or an,
I
or
think
an
even
ultra
bef-
version.
No, it's since Sun and Moon because there was a
Since Sun and
gap year
Moon.
between Oris and
Was
Sun and
there?
Moon.
There was a gap
Yeah,
year,
okay.
but before that, there essentially was a game every single year. It gets a little muddy, I
Yeah.
think, where there was like where something would come out and then there would be like a delay for the worldwide release.
Gens 3, 5, and 6 had gap years.
The Oros
Okay.
drought was
Okay.
the worst drought of all time.
It really was
You-
because I was
you guys
old
know
enough.
about that,
I was
yeah.
old enough to like perceive it. I honestly, Kenway, I want to push back a little bit. I honestly, Greg was saying this earlier. I think a lot of people expect, and I used to think that Gen 10 would come out on the 30th anniversary, but I kind of disagree. I think Gen 10 is going to come out
2025.
2025.
It's really 50-50 at this point.
I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
2025,
Really hard to say.
and then basically 2026 can be a celebration of that game. Right, they could do DLC. They could drop the virtual console games, or they could give us an actual Kanto remake, which at that point will have been probably like 10 years since Let's Go. So I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like there's no evidence for them to push it back, and also with the Switch releasing when it's going to release, probably next year, the new Switch. I feel like 2025 is kind of set up to be like that because they're not going to put Gen 10 out. Never mind. What I was gonna say is the backwards. Yeah, I feel like when Gen 10 comes out, it's gonna be on the new Switch console.
I wanted to just say one more thing about the lore aspect of it. I do think that they're telling a specific story with Kieran and Carmine throughout the DLC, and I think that that's really the focus of the DLC as well. I know like we're talking about going back to like the whole story of just Scarlet and Violet, but I don't think that that's their main focus. So to think about that, like they started with them in Kitakami. I think they're gonna focus on them throughout the whole thing. So we'll see. But
yeah. I think kind of like what Toby said. Anything big, anything with characters will get wrapped up. The only thing I could see them leaving a mystery is the Paradox Pokemon, and I think even with that, if they leave it a mystery, they'll put stuff. There'll be more to build off of, I guess.
I can totally see them like adding more of those in a future title as well. Just saying.
Same.
In this generation.
Same. Yeah.
If
100% agree.
anything continues on, I think it would be those.
Yeah.
That's just an opinion, but
yeah. Then it's also interesting to see like if Briar, her whole thing is she wants to make Terrastal exist in other regions. And she that kind of is the case in Blueberry Academy, right? Like that's Terrastal outside of Paldea and Kitakami, but it's not all of Unova. Curious to see if she figures out how to make it work though, like outside of Blueberry Academy. That would be neat.
I'm curious to see if Briar somehow is going to end up being how paradoxes, past and future paradoxes, get put into future generations.
That's what I was literally just gonna say that.
Yeah, because like with Gen 6, they brought out Mega Evolutions. That got put into Gen 7. With Gen 7, they had Alolan forms. That got put into Gen 8. With Gen 8, we had
there are always
Hisuian forms. Hisui got put into Gen 9. So I think that Paradox forms are going to be put into Gen 10. It's just a matter of how they're going to do it. And I think that
I don't know about paradoxes for that. I think maybe the lookalike Pokemon are more like that's more of an option for them.
The
to do
Divergent
that.
ones.
Yeah.
No. So I don't think he means like new Paradox. I think he just means returning Paradox.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. Returning Paradox.
Yeah, probably.
They also never really explained the legends.
Mm-hmm.
The Ultra Beasts just like randomly show up.
Yeah,
right.
Max Adventures.
Right. I mean, even like think about they'll be like, oh, there's this Pokemon and it's like Mewtwo. This Pokemon was created. Then X and Y, there's another Mewtwo. I mean, then there's another Mewtwo in the Dynamax Adventures. There's another Mewtwo in Ultra Space. So they'll find some way to bring them up.
Yeah.
I just on that kind of note, and there's a last note. Then I'm gonna head off. I think me and Ron are gonna both duck to go record an episode of.
Wait, for real?
Nice.
The whole episode is on our terrible experience on Hidden Power, but we want to.
I was just about to say Dusty's dreams were gonna come true, but then you threw in the last bit.
I think I
tried so hard to get it to happen in New York.
Yeah, it didn't come to fruition. I think with Paradox Pokemon in the future, they'll just come, I think they'll be like like a conspiracy theorist character. They'll call him Toby, and that person will be like super into Ultra Beasts and legendary Pokemon and Paradox Pokemon, and much in the same way that each generation seem to be getting this way of cramming in kind of peculiar Pokemon.
Yeah.
Paradox Pokemon and Ultra Beasts will be under the same umbrella, I think.
There's also the continuation of
oddities,
there's also the continuation of like national decks not actually being, fully inclusive, right? Where we might actually get a Gen 10 game and there's only 300-400 Pokemon, and even with the DLC, we're still going to be missing like less than half of the decks, right? So we might actually not even see them in the future.
Could be that they're missed out for a while. I gotta head off.
Sounds good.
Sorry, I'm just gonna throw that out there. But yeah,
thanks for hanging out, man. It's good to see you.
Toby.
Goes in a bit. Take care. Later.
Later, Toby.
Happy holidays.
I'm also gonna take this opportunity to head off. I have a son to look after.
Well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming to the party.
No, it was wonderful to hear your voices. Same. Have a good holidays, guys.
Yeah,
Later.
see ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, so and then what was I gonna say? I feel like I don't know. I'm curious. Like, actually, honestly, now I'm jumping like 3 points down the line. Ron, what other we kind of talked about it earlier, but like what other kind of like Pokemon, I don't know, like designs or aesthetics do you think could be incorporated in new Pokemon designs? Like, is that even like a fair question? I'm thinking of it like, what kind of game would you want a Pokemon game to be modeled after?
I want art style or new Pokemon designs?
Yeah, not art style, but I'm thinking about that like cosmic energy in the Paradox Pokemon. Like, I feel like we had never seen that, right? Or even the Ultra Beasts.
Hey,
right?
but now we see it, so I feel like we've already done everything aesthetically that we can do on a Pokemon.
Yeah. But that's like a textured thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm not asking the right question as a non-artist.
Yeah, but like, so for example, they already did that.
They did do that. Yeah.
So
they did do that. Yeah.
I was thinking fusions, but they've already even done fusions technically.
They have.
That's what you're getting at. I don't know if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I'm just thinking out like outside the box. We're talking about Gen 10. It's like what new? Because we have this idea of what a Pokemon is, and they just keep changing it, which is so cool.
Yeah, but like the only change would be the art style, because then it would not be a Pokemon. Because I feel like you can.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
What makes a Pokemon is the art style. So
that's a good point.
And they already literally did everything. So it's like they did robots, they did aliens, they did.
No, that's a good point. No, you got it. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, my original thing was I was just thinking about like Paradox Pokemon in like in not like far future Pokemon games, but like even just if we get the Gen 5 remake, like
honestly, microscopic Pokemon.
Ooh, that's cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Tiny little ones.
I actually made a video on that way back, like I think Gen 6 or Gen 7 time, talking about how like they expanded on the idea of Pokerus. You can have
that's so cool.
Yeah, you can have like I don't know, each microscopic Pokemon, whatever, has a different benefit or
that's really cool.
Power up or something to another Pokemon.
Yeah. And maybe whatever our legendary Pokemon is, it allows us to like go into a microscopic world. Like,
and we can have an abstract kind of levels and world, like worlds. So we can go into like just a thing like what's it called? What's in Ant-Man? The dimension.
Yeah.
The quantum dimension.
Quantum realm.
The quantum realm. Yeah.
Quantum realm. Stuff
like
that.
Pikmin. That's really cool.
Instead of Pokemon getting bigger, we can go get smaller.
Yo, I actually love that so much. And then
every Pokemon gets the move minimize.
And you see, that's actually really interesting. That's really interesting.
What if they decide that it's been 10 years of gimmicks and now they're like, all right, we're done with gimmicks, and just go back to standardized Pokemon? Is that
they could do that.
Possible?
I think they could do that.
But then the other question, yeah, because I mean, think about it. Like what as we just discussed, like that is an awesome idea. I think that'd be fun. But realistically speaking, they can't just keep doing gimmicks forever. They're gonna have to get to a point where it's like, all right, are we gonna bring back a gimmick? Or are we just going to be like, you know what? Let's not do that. Like,
that's really interesting.
I think they'd bring back a gimmick before they wouldn't get rid of it. Because the thing about gimmicks, like before they do it without it altogether, because the thing about gimmicks is, from a competitive standpoint, thinking about their VGC, that is what makes Pokemon relevant. That is what makes it where this Pokemon can be viable. And
that is
this Pokemon
but
that is
again,
a
Lumi,
threat.
Think about it from this perspective, though. Gen 5 was arguably one of the best competitive metas ever created. when you think about it, and that had no gimmicks in it whatsoever.
It was like
Sure, but there's been a big power creep since then.
I
A
agree.
big
I
power
agree,
creep.
and it would be interesting to see what happens if those gimmicks are involved for that power creep.
I think
you know
that's
what I
a
mean?
really interesting idea because like just like the Pokemon designs, returning Pokemon and returning regions, returning gimmicks, right? Once megas have like 10 years under their belt, which I think they do at this point.
They do.
It has
10
its
years this year.
Yeah, there is this. It has its own validity to return and to be a marketing gimmick in itself. That's actually really.
Well, and also
I
they
never thought of it
almost
like that.
those don't even, to me, the item-based ones almost don't feel like gimmicks in a way, right? Because you have to plan beforehand that like I'm
definitely
giving my
gimmicks, bro.
Lucario a Lucario Knight, or
they're
I'm
definitely-
giving my Arcanine the Fiery MZ, and you have to go into battle. But with Terrastal, I don't have to pre-plan. I need to terrestrialize my Urshifu. I need to terrestrialize my Corviknight. I can, same with Dynamax was that way. So to me, like Megas and Z-moves don't feel like gimmicks in the same way as those.
Toby's theory was that like maybe in Gen 10 or at some point they pretty much retcon all of the gimmicks and all the battle forms under the same sort of mechanic. Like mechanically they would work the same. You could do Dynamax or Mega or terrestrialization. You could do it all this like in the same battle, and they all have different effects, right? The same limitations are there, but it's like, but they're all brought together, so it kind of function all together.
They'd have to change up a
That's
lot
gonna be
about
called
them.
Pokemon Chaos. That's what
Yeah.
that's going to be called.
Yeah.
Pokemon Chaos,
Because
yeah.
Lumi, like, can you imagine facing a team where it's like, all right, there's a Charizard. Okay, are they using X, Y, or Dynamax Charizard?
Yeah.
Well, and then there's the thing of, could I Mega Evolve my Charizard and then Dynamax my Mega Charizard Y?
Bro, that would be insanely broken.
That's what I'm saying.
Insanely
So
broken.
That's
there's
crazy.
a lot of
And then on top of it,
stipulations, a
you
lot of
move-
things they'd have to change for this to work.
My pipe dream.
Yeah.
Is that Briar,
Really?
my pipe
Definitely.
dream is that Briar figures out how to bring terrestrialization to other regions, and
That would be cool.
terrestrialization stays forever.
I really
Can
think
we-
I
I
think
mean, I would
Armor's gonna be
say-
next. I think Armor's gonna be next.
I would
want
say if
terrestrialization
they are
so
going to
bad.
continue a gimmick, Terrastal is the safest bet.
It's the
Because
best
you can
one. Easily.
you can lean on the fact that Briar, if obviously within the lore, you can lean on the fact that because of the studies and research of Briar, we have the ability now to manufacture Terrastal in a a scientific way rather than just relying on whatever power it's going to be in the Indigo Disc. And then and also in terms of a competitive gimmick, I know Lumi, you're in the scene. I think this has probably been the more popular gimmick next to the last few that they've released since Mega Evolution. Many people are happy
it
with
is
this
the
one.
the most popular gimmick between all.
Yeah,
all
VGC
I
people
would
agree
say
it's
they
the
would
best.
do it.
Mm.
All right, well
I'm
we
gonna
got
have to go.
yeah, we gotta wrap up. Ron, Hybrid, Drogain, Ken White, thank you guys for being here. Happy holidays to all of you.
Yeah, thanks so much,
Happy
guys.
holidays to you.
Yeah, happy holidays,
Happy
guys.
holidays.
Appreciate it.
Happy Indigo Disc season.
I know. Happy
Yeah.
Happy Blue Christmas, Indigo Christmas.
Indigo Christmas.
Lumi, Soul, you guys want to hop on over to the recording booth and we'll wrap this live stream up.
Yeah, if my camera decides to work.
All right. All right. See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, we're doing a little swap right here. Man, that was so much fun. Let me turn my camera on.
It works. I don't know what happened. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Oh, look at I'm glitching out right now. Do you see this? You can see this.
These are
Not
problems.
opening your presents was so cute.
Oh,
It
hold
was.
on.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Sarah,
Nice
what's
to
up?
meet you. Hi. Nice to see you.
You want the
finally.
chair?
No.
Thanks for
Y'all
rapping
were
and getting and
so
all of it.
Cute when you opened those.
Oh my
it was adorable.
I don't know if
It
she's
was, like,
mocking
the
us.
cutest thing I've ever seen.
No, she's not. I think this is genuine. Thank you so
No,
much.
Thank you so much.
This is motherly.
Yeah.
It was nice. We love Soul. And thank you for wait, did she get Snap? Is that what it is?
Yeah, she's the one who found it.
Oh,
She's the one who found it.
It wouldn't be possible without you. Everything.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure.
we have 4 GameStops locally, went to each one, none of them had it.
It's epic.
Really?
Thank
Like
you
I
so
said,
much.
we had to buy used because new online was out of stock because it had
Feels
they
best
did a
to know.
half off sale. It says camera loading.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard right now.
Because he's trying to put on his face camera.
I'm
'cause he
trying to put
doesn't
my.
have his face
I'm struggling right now. Virtual camera.
I'm glad it's not just me.
So does he need a new camera too?
No, I have a camera. I have a camera. It's syncing to Discord instead of where it needs to sync. But how you doing? It's good to see you. You kicked my butt in that tournament last year.
Yeah, I did.
So you guys are both competing in Charlotte at the regional tournament. That's awesome. That's so sick.
Yep, she'll get farther than me.
My plan was
I don't
to
expect win anything.
yeah, but look at this. This is
The goal is to win one battle. Oh no.
Justy is missing go. Here it is. It's happening.
There we go. Y'all were wondering how we reincorporate Missing No into a Pokemon game. This is how.
It's
And
happening.
for some reason, I'm not there now too. I don't know
think if
why.
I just do properties,
I think it's
deactivate-
Dusty messing with me because my camera's here. So.
Why is
This is a great end of the stream, guys. Whoever's
This is
out
a
there.
great end of the stream. We're ending so solid.
All right, we're just gonna go back to here. We're just gonna go back to. But anyways, yeah.
Hey, see.
How did everyone enjoy the stream? Did you guys have fun? Did everyone in the chat? Did you guys have fun?
Pretty epic, to be honest.
It was. I kind of imagined people to just hop in for 5 minutes to share their plans and then hop out. But then people just stayed, which was fun. A couple people popped in. They didn't say much. I don't know. It's great. It's great. A lot of those people we want to have on just like a full episode. A lot of those people are
Sarah. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, Sarah. We should have you on as for your own episode.
I get scared. Like y'all had a lot of people earlier, and I
She looked on the
here.
screen like kind of off angle and looked on the screen and went, that's a lot of people.
No.
Which of
we
those
had almost double at some point, I think.
Which of those people do you watch? Which of their content do you watch?
I watch Birdkeeper Toby. Sometimes I look at Phoebe's stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even recognize True Green, but I love Birdkeeper Toby.
Yeah,
he's been doing more without a camera, so like he used to do. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I know she's watched Truegreen. I just don't think she recognized who he was.
But
yeah,
sure.
I watch Birdkeeper Toby the most. I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm gonna miss him so much.
I kind of just texted him and be like, "So when are you coming back?"
Right. What we're all banking for is that the Pokemon Day reveal is so big that like he's kind of like, dang it, I have to come back, like Legend style.
Oh yeah.
Toby, he can't stay
I'm
away.
counting on it.
Or it's just so good that he doesn't come back to YouTube, but he does come back to Hidden Power.
Oh, he'll come back to Hidden Power. I'm not.
Yeah, we'll have him on.
Like every time he has a brain blast, he's like, "All right, get me on the episode."
You hear that? This is the only way you'll see Birdkeeper Toby when he
subscribe
leaves. So
to Hidden Power.
I'm not going to speak for Toby on that one, but you should subscribe anyway.
And that was kind of fun. We
subscribe because Soul's webcam will work soon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're gonna have a brand new webcam. But I'm floored, guys. We actually collaborated with Calm Mind. That was sick. I tried to make that happen when I was in New York.
But it kind of doesn't exist as much anymore, does it?
At one point,
it doesn't.
I
But that's
we
the
had
reunion.
like 4 podcasts in here, right? Because we had Greg
Oh,
from
that's
Super
true.
Effective, we had Calm Mind, and then Hoops has done his own podcast as well.
Yeah,
Y'all
it was
had
great.
a lot of people on. It was really cool.
You didn't
I
even
really
see when the
enjoyed
Mooks
watching
people
it.
were. You didn't see when like there was. We had how many people were on here?
There was a lot of people. I
It was
said,
15 people.
I thought people. I made sure to send in the message like 5 to 10 minutes. I thought people would be like, "Hey, what's up?" They're
Nope.
drinking coffee. Oh, hey, what's up? Happy happy holidays, and then bounce. Not that I wanted them to bounce, but just
no, but
just to
for
keep
balance.
Yeah, for balance. And then people were like, "Yeah, I'll stay for 2 hours."
You had a cute little holiday party.
It was
so
fun. I know.
adorable.
I kind of wish.
Yeah.
No, I don't wish. I was gonna say maybe we do it. Listen, at a holiday party.
We're still recording,
there's
right?
Food. There's
I'm
drinks.
confused.
Yeah, we're live right now.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. It wasn't as chaotic as I thought it would be. I mean, there were moments where I was like, "Ooh, this is getting rough," but
yeah,
just because there were so many people.
Off the cuff.
Yeah, and I felt bad too because it was like, "Ooh, we've been here this long and like this person hasn't said anything. Like we need to direct a question at them."
All good. It was fun.
It was fun. It was nice seeing everyone at the very least.
But yeah, if you guys want to support it, I mean, honestly, thank you for everyone who super chatted. And who was
my
it?
gosh.
Who was it gifted 10 memberships?
Rescue Squad.
Crazy.
Rescue Squad.
Rescue Squad. I think that means they paid for that much. I don't actually know.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
And
Thank you
someone
so
else
much for all of your
please.
support. I mean, dude, thank you so much. And for everyone else in the chat. And if you do wanna support us or you wanna buy some merch, we have a merch store. We also have.
We said bye.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bye,
said
Sarah.
bye.
Yeah, but we I don't know. We wish we. Oh, we got our holiday.
We wish
cards.
you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Should we sing? No.
I have
No,
got.
I sang a few times, but
You did, yeah. I got the holiday cards, so those are gonna be. I gotta write down all the addresses and send those out. I'm so pumped.
Dusty, what are the people seeing right now? Are they seeing just Dusty Go Go?
They're seeing what you guys see right now. It's literally just.
They're seeing the screen.
All I
It's-
see is Dusty Go Go Green.
Yeah, that's all you're seeing right now. I have to reboot OBS, but to do that, the stream would end. So this is what we're doing.
Cool. So we can just,
But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy Festivus.
Happy winter.
Happy winter. I'm so excited.
Thank you guys so much.
And
for
blessed for
everything.
this community. And we'll see you guys there. Yo, Indigo Disc is coming out. We're actually dropping the Mega Evolution tier list on Thursday, and on Thursday we are going to be recording in private an Indigo Disc episode, and we'll be dropping that either on Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday.
I think we have 31 or 32 hours until Indigo Disc.
Yeah, so
I'm so freaking hype.
we've got
I'm
so much
there.
content coming. I'm so excited. Thank you guys. I don't even want to end this. I just want to keep hanging out.
I have to pee, so we have to end it. We have to end it.
I know.
I want food.
All right, I'm gonna go have lunch. Love you
It was
guys.
beautiful.
Have a great
Thank you,
day. Happy
Y'all,
holidays.
Thank y'all so much.
Merry Christmas. Happy Indigo Disc. See ya.
Yes.
Peace. You tell me when we're not live.